All in the 916.
Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he.
You're going to be nervous every time. I'm pretty sure you're going to be nervous.
Should be.
Wow, that was a really good analogy.
Hey, thanks.
Thanks, Emil.
But like this job, man, for a guy who grew up with pretty severe anxiety and still kind of has the bits of it, like this job is like the worst for someone who is anxious and gets really nervous and doesn't like public stuff. It's not like if you had those parameters as your life, as your personality, this would not be like your number one choice.
I would have said I had, I don't know if I had well, yeah, I guess I would. I did not like to speak in front of the public.
No, still don't. You can do it.
Yeah, I don't dread it though like I used to. I think if it's something new is where I get.
That's the thing. It's repetition.
Yeah.
I get, oh, you work at a radio station. Why don't you go talk to everyone?
Yeah. It's like, no.
I'm not doing that.
Because what happens is your mind, first off, it's repetition. You get used to it. Secondly, I don't know why I should, but I rarely am thinking like, oh, we're broadcasting to tens of people. I'm talking to Jason and Chris.
Right.
In these four walls. That's it.
I think one of the days you were gone, I asked Chris this, if it ever happened, and maybe I'll ask you now, has it ever happened to you where if literally someone you don't know that listens to you, but you know, texts you and says, hey, I'm listening to you, do you then transform yourself to like, now I'm talking to them?
Yes. And
for example, I don't know, like if Monty were to come on and he's like, oh, I'm listening to you guys before I'm coming on. And you're like, oh, wow. So then
Dave Yeager used to do that.
Yeah. So now I feel like I'm literally talking to Monty or Dave Yeager.
Absolutely.
Even though there's way more people out there and you just don't, I don't know.
That's who you visualize.
Right.
That's who you're talking to. And it's not that I don't like it when people say that, but
you think differently.
You do think differently. There is a part of me that's like, oh, you're listening?
Yeah.
Like I've gotten in trouble at home before where like I'll overshare.
Yeah.
And just that's why like no one's paying attention to this, but during the school year between 7:45 and 8:30, I almost never, ever talk about anything personal because that's my wife and kids are in the car.
Right.
That's just ingrained. It's like how we don't swear on the air, but, Chris and I have, you have potty mouth off the air. There's a hidden switch. But, yes, I don't – it's weird because when you think about it, and I'm sure there's other things people can – relate to. It doesn't have to be having a radio show, but where you were super nervous about something at first. Could be something in your job, something you had to do. Like our best friends that we always hang out with, she is like deathly afraid. She will not speak in front of people. Like just won't do it. Like would leave the job if the people know that, the job people. She's like, yeah, I'm not doing this under any circumstances. And I go, I've talked to her before. I'm like, well, why don't you just over? It's holding you back.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, easy for you to say.
Right.
Can't do it.
I think one of the times I had that feeling, those nerves inside the most was when, this would be, oh my gosh, almost 15 to 20 years ago when Moke was sick. And I got a call from him. He's like, hey, look, I don't think I'm going to make it. Could you do PA today?
I remember this.
And I certainly went instantly went into, And I'll always say yes. Oh, I'll help you. I could do that. Sure. And I was like, I don't.
Keegan?
Murray?
Hey, everybody, I need some help here. I turned into Hooks from Police Academy. Keegan Murray.
Yeah.
But I didn't think, because all I would have done literally was tried to be him.
Sure.
And I wouldn't have been.
That's who you have to go on.
Right. And so
him.
it's like, oh, no. And he's great. And it worked out perfectly because I think they utilized Jamie Coffey. And it's like, now the first one. It was just completely different. And she's great, too. And yeah, I remember just getting those, oh, no, I do not want to do this.
Yeah.
Whereas you called many games is just
yes.
That was different, and there's an immediate reaction to what you're getting the audience feedback immediately.
Yeah, right around you in the middle of 18,000 or 17,000 at the time. People, you're a better man than I, which is that's no surprise. But I don't think it was around that time. I want to say it was I think it was later, but we had a casual conversation about it where he was like, hey, would you ever be interested? I was like, no, don't. I would never. I couldn't do it. I would.
Though you tried out for that position.
Though I did. And you know what?
That would have been different.
In a weird way, it would have. Obviously, there wouldn't have been a Moke to copy.
Right.
And no offense to, was it Fred Anderson and everybody before that, but they were very traditionally like basket number 4, Chris Webber, that type of thing. And, Moke, there's very much a personality in there in the most perfect way. I'm sure at first it would be like a borderline panic attack the whole time, but then the second day you would get comfortable. And I think that's the key is repetition, and the fact that this very job there's every right to be super nervous about it. And then when you start thinking about everybody listening, then now I'm working myself. Now everyone's listening, and they're all. It's a weird job, though, man. I think that's why you're a unicorn in this business, because if you look around, if you've ever interacted, 98% of all media, TV, radio, it does not matter. I'm talking about legacy media. No offense to podcasters, but you'll see why I'm saying this in a second. They all have a little bit of a screw loose.
Yeah.
And I think a big part of the reason they have screw loose is you start every day with and by the way, this isn't a complaint. This is just a fact. I love the job. You start every day with a blank piece of paper. That's especially fun in summer.
Yeah.
We joke about that all the time. You have to build 4 hours of things to talk about in which people will be entertained by it, you hope. And then every single month you get a report card literally in front of you of ratings, which is, let's be honest, the public who you'll never interact with 99% of these folks. They don't know you. You don't know them. The public then anonymously rates whether or not your personality and your job is worth their time.
Right.
And then you start all over again the following month.
Yeah.
That's going to have unless you don't care about it.
Yeah.
That's going to have that's going to have a mental toll on you.
Absolutely.
At some point.
There's no doubt it does. Kind of related to that, I've got something for you that I want to see your opinion on, and Chris as well.
Love it.
So let's see. Friday, out on a walk with Jackson, my son. So he and I are out on a walk. We're coming up to, it was kind of a busy street, and traffic was stopped. So I could hear, but not super well, like if someone were to interact. So like if you pulled up and you said something, well, I'd know it's you.
Sure.
But I may not have heard what you said. So I saw a man and a woman in a car, and there's other traffic stopped, and they kind of rolled down the window and were waving like they definitely knew who I was. And I looked at them, and I was not registering them. And then they said something, and I just like, all right. And I walked away, and I'm like, hey, here's what I swore that I heard. And I want to see what you think. Well, there's a couple of, you'll know where I'm going here. I could have sworn they said, hey, voice of the valley. And so I went, hey, that's what I thought I heard, but I wasn't certain. I'm like, hey, but I knew they definitely recognized me in some way, or whatever, thought they knew me.
Yes.
I'm like, hello. And then I walked away. I go, did they say voice of the valley? Wait, do they think I'm Sean Thomas?
Yeah, that's my old nighttime partner, Sean Thomas, who worked here for a long time. That was his nickname.
Or were they just saying that for or did I not hear that right? I don't know. And then the rest of the walk, I was proceeding to go, I'm not. It was really friendly and really nice, and I did not. Maybe they said something different. Maybe it was, hey, Jim O'Malley.
Well, toys can be smelly.
Yeah,
right.
This isn't.
Well, let's start with the obvious. You and Sean Thomas look absolutely nothing alike.
Exactly. And I've never been called that.
Never been called that. Is there a possibility that maybe brains work like this? They recognized you, knew you worked here, associated it with something they remembered from somebody that worked here, and then transposed it
Could have been.
in an incorrect way.
Yeah. I would almost say that's harder.
Yeah.
Like, when was the last time we heard Voice of the Valley?
And he's long. I mean, it's been a long time. So I don't.
Yeah.
And then I go, well, did I hear it right? They definitely. I mean, they waved two. In fact, and I couldn't place them. And I'm really good with faces.
How long has he been gone for now? Like 14 years?
Probably.
I know he's on the East Coast.
And maybe they didn't say voice, but that's what I could kind of heard through traffic.
I would say, if I'm being a Sherlock,
maybe they said, "Hey, boys at the rally."
Right. And
I'm like, yeah, here we are, the boys at the rally.
I would say probably, in light of everything, the most likely solution or explanation here, most likely, I'm not saying this is what happened, is that you transposed something they said that sounded like Voice of the Valley into something that we tend to do, that where if we get a puzzle piece that doesn't fit, we subconsciously fit it in our head. So yeah, they said something that rhymed with it or sounded
bowling
like
alley.
Yeah, right. Yeah, which I often will say to people on the street.
Yes,
all the time.
Yeah,
see you at the bowling alley.
Yeah.
Also, where were you at again when you on a street corner? You said or something.
I was actually walking through an alley that took me to Fair Oaks.
Okay.
Hey, get out of that alley.
Yeah.
Oh, an
alley. Voice of the Valley. Dangerous alley.
Maybe there was someone coming up from behind, and they saved my life.
Also, you ever see the movie Swingers?
Yes.
Okay, maybe it was a Vince Vaughn moment. Could Sean Thomas have been behind you? And they were waving.
And I would have really been disappointed if Sean didn't say anything.
Right. That's you were walking in front of him.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't recognize you. Maybe he didn't want to bother you.
Yeah.
You're out with your family. You're doing, it's your personal private time. Okay. Here's something
that racked my brain the rest of the walk home. I'm like, who was that? What did they say?
Yeah, I think Chris is on something with Allie. I think we broke through on Allie. All right. As we go to break, you just reminded me of something too. I want to
Allie McBeal.
I have a fine show.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford's, I think, still married to her. I found another rule as to how you can tell if somebody is a really good friend or not. Like somebody you're very comfortable with. If you're in the grocery store and you meet someone, and we've talked about this before, that and then you stop and chat in the aisle.
Yeah.
But you both have a bunch of shopping to do. So you do the chat, and then it's like, all right, Jason, hey, dude, great to see you. Talk to you soon.
Then you cross paths.
And then you cross paths with them a couple more times. I think one of the indicators as to whether or not you're comfortable with that person is if the next path crossing either doesn't bother you at all, it isn't uncomfortable, or you guys just both laugh about it, like, hello again.
Yeah.
Like, that is honestly one of the most it happened to me again last week, and I forgot about it.
Do you continue the chat? Like,
no.
It's like, oh, you know what? That was true. I don't know.
No.
There was something left over.
Oh God, that's the worst, because you finally got done. Because I'm talking about, if it was you, let's be honest, if it was you and me, we'd probably take turns peeking around aisles.
Yes.
And be like, ah!
I'd jump into the frozen food
Absolutely.
section.
I know you're on the other side of the aisle, so I'll toss a hamburger helper randomly.
Look
into your
up
cart.
here.
Right, over here. But if it's somebody that you truly like and you're cool with, but you haven't seen him in a couple years, you already did the, hey, how are you doing? The catch up. Oh, move your cart to the side. Here comes a guy.
Good to see you.
Great to see you.
Yeah.
Hey, say hi to Sally and the kids. That's it. But then you see him again
2 aisles later. Hey, make sure you say hi to Sally and the kids.
Never know what to do. Hey, and it's always something dumb. It's 100%. I always say something stupid like, hey, long time no see.
Yeah. Hey, special on
corned
beef. Aisle 9.
I didn't know that you shopped at the toilet store too.
Maybe they said say hi to Sally and the kids.
You start grading with stuff. You just start trashing all the stuff in their cart. The Velveeta mac and cheese. Wow, you must be confident.
Not on a diet, I see.
Right. Hey, live your best life.
Yeah.
Look at that. 4 cans of sloppy joes. Who cares?
Yeah.
Everyone's got to die sometime. All right, we got a show for you today. Who's coming on? It's Frankie, isn't it? Yes. Frankie's joining us. I'm excited about this. I'm always excited about Frankie. But ladies and gentlemen, I actually tweaked out a little bit. The Sacramento Kings are playing the Philadelphia 76ers tonight. It is their return trip from a road trip. It's their first home game from a road trip. I went and looked. I have the results. We will talk about how the Kings do, or they've done this year when they first come home from a road trip. Bobby Brackett's. 8 o'clock. Always fun talking to him, and we will catch up on the world of who the hell is this guy, by the way? We'll get into that as well. Whoever's leading our bracket. I don't like it when I don't know them. Do you know this person? I don't know them.
It's a pretty deep connection.
Okay, but they're a real person.
It's
not like somebody who
branches out.
Okay. Yeah. And coming up at 6:43 in that segment, the best story that happened, I think, over the sports weekend that you more than likely didn't know anything about. We've got Kings. We've got the Sweet 16. We got Shohei Ohtani talking today. We got baseball opening up this week. We got a big, fat, hairy show. Dave, Jason, Chris, we'll be right back.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sactown Sports.
Oh, my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Malik Monk, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with everything I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of dry AMD called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, colors appear dull or washed out. For others, hazy or blurred vision make it hard to see details, like fine print on price tags. Many have trouble seeing in the dark, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
They all start to move, looking for the inbounds. It comes to Banchero. He wheels, a desperate 3 in the air. It's no good, and the Kings get the victory. They get out of Dodge with a 2-point win at 109-107. Good defense as Bodner and the others made their moves. There were defenders right in their chest. And popping out on the deep wing was Banchero, and the inbounds pass went to him, and he had no choice but to wheel and launch, and that was just a very difficult chance. They got backboard, but that was all, and the Kings get the victory. It's win number 41 on the season for Sacramento.
That was a stress ball finish.
Yeah, about 2 to 3 months off the life.
Yeah,
that was just way. What
a great win.
Any chance you could play the Magic without? I mean, I'll take the win. I'm not complaining about that, but my goodness, golly, every single game, it seems like with those guys is overtime or last second De'Aaron Fox shot from the logo or what happened. Like, let's put it this way. If those two, if this is a finals preview, we're in for some entertaining stuff in June.
Let's hope it's a finals preview.
I think that would be great.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great? Because either way,
would the world hate it? We would love it.
They would hate it so much.
Lowest rated finals. Who cares?
Sacramento versus Orlando. Yeah, there'd be some think piece from the LA Times about how the NBA needs to do something to prevent this because honestly, nobody cares. But
they actually set up a side tournament with the Warriors, Lakers, and Knicks, and it does better ratings.
Absolutely, and it probably would, and we wouldn't care because that's a title. That's a
the
big
JV.
Yeah. Well, I got to be honest. After that Wizards game, losing to the worst team in the NBA, then going on the road against a team that was 25-9, and playing the third game in 4 nights before you take off at the end of the road trip. I can't believe the Kings won. It's just shocking.
Yeah.
Because that just doesn't fit this team's narrative. Of course they won.
Yeah.
We knew they were going to win.
I mean, I said it on Friday, not necessarily believing it 100%. I said, look, to their credit, I hate that they lose these games, but they generally bounce back. I'm like, I don't know if they will, though, this time.
Yeah. No,
I wasn't certain. I mean, but it followed the recipe. And good
yes.
teams do that. The problem is great teams don't lose to Washington.
That's right. And that's the thing.
Because they're good.
There are two, that is the yin and yang, the Jekyll and Hyde of this team.
Yeah.
On one hand, they lose to these stupid teams. On the other hand, they bounce back and they beat these really good teams.
Yeah.
And although the proper way to do things should be probably to be really happy about the fact that it's not reversed and that you're beating these great teams. Right. It actually wins like against Orlando. It makes me angrier about the losses. It makes me angrier that they lose to Washington.
But I hope you still enjoyed the win.
I did enjoy the win.
Yeah.
I did. I did.
So weird.
It's a walk and chew gum thing. I enjoyed the win. I was very happy. I would rather it be that way. But then I go, but what? But why do you lose if you played this way against Washington?
Yeah.
If you play, and you just reel off the list and you go, okay, there's like 6 horrific losses this year out of like 12 bad losses. Like, give me half of those, and we're like fighting for a top 3 seed.
Right. And now it sets up though for a massive week starting tonight. The Dallas trip the Dallas home game's coming up. It's a big week.
And the way it shakes out, the Kings should go 2-1 in their next 3. They should lose tonight, and they should beat Dallas twice.
If they do that, that's a good. I mean, I know tonight would be frustrating, but those 2 wins against Dallas would be massive.
I have some info, not just on tonight's matchup and what it means, but also specifically this matchup. You talked about it in the notes. The Kings have now lost 10 in a row, 5 of those without Joel Embiid.
Yeah, he's not playing tonight.
Not playing tonight. So we got a lot more on that. But if you're going, and is tonight the night Sabonis ties or breaks?
Breaks.
Is it?
Or maybe ties.
Yeah,
excuse me, ties.
Gets ties, Kevin Love.
Yeah.
If is how he would tie it if he gets it. Cut number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
35 left in overtime. Shed. The hop. The floater. Just magnificent. When this ball's in the air, just take a look. He's waiting, and now all of a sudden, watch the big hop. And he gets the ball in the air, and boom, finishes it off.
It's funny. That's Jamal Shed, who was miraculous in that overtime. And everybody, like 4 starters for Houston.
Yeah.
Fouled out. Yeah, 4 starters, including Shed at the end, at the very, very end. We're talking about Houston beating the Texas A&M Aggies 100-95 in a game where that Houston just fell asleep at the end. Aggies come back to send it to OT. 2 of the 5 starters for Houston are already fouled out. And Houston just grinded, If you'd have at the beginning of overtime, I thought Houston was losing for sure. They grinded, which could mean that that's a weak team, a weaker team exposed to some of these higher seeds, or this is the one they'll remember when they win the national championship and go, that's really where we want it right there. Jason, it's funny how the brackets work, because that's how I care about the entire tournament. So I'm watching this and I'm like, okay. And I'm one of those people that and there's a lot of them right now, because a lot of it's been chalk. All the 1 and 2 seeds advanced. I still have my Elite 8, Final 4, blah,
nice.
blah, blah, all intact. And, Pat still does. A lot of people. I stopped myself. What I was going to say is you tried your best and had fun. Did you have, no?
I was until now.
How could you have fun when your top 2 Final 4 teams don't even win a game?
Who's that?
Me.
Oh.
Who was the second one?
Yeah,
Auburn.
Oh.
Who was the first one?
Oh.
Kentucky.
I had one of those.
Who'd you have? Oh, you had Auburn.
To win the whole thing.
I mean, I get the thought.
And then Yale just wasted our time yesterday. I mean, if you're going to beat Auburn, go do something.
Right. Well, then who was the guy for Oakland who was like, we're not a Cinderella team? It's like, no, you're not. You just lost again.
Yeah.
Dork.
Though they almost won.
They
did a good job in that game.
anyways, watching this.
That game, the last 2 minutes of took like 45 minutes.
Of course, yes, of course.
Reviews, timeouts, stoppages, fouls.
Mascot dances.
Yes.
You find yourself like, all of a sudden I'm like, you know what? I think I'm rooting for Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Because I have Houston losing the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
And tons of people have picked Houston.
Yeah.
Were they number 2 behind
Yes.
UConn? Yeah. So I'm thinking, well, I'll take the hit.
More.
Yeah. But yeah, ultimately that would help you more. You're at the point, the thing where it doesn't matter necessarily how many you've got right. That's fun and dandy. It's really how many can you get, and if everything breaks your way. Like literally right now, because I'm a dork, I went through and looked at every UConn person, right? Every UConn, because I picked UConn.
Dork.
And right now, if I were, this is what I know.
If it played to yours,
if it played to my, I win.
You do.
I win outright.
Still win it if you get all the combinations.
100%. If
Nice.
it's UConn versus Tennessee in the final, and UConn wins, I think I've got Marquette and Christ, I don't know who the other one is in my Final Four, but but there's a lot of scenarios for people like that.
Sure.
And that's where you're like, okay, now you and I both know, let's talk again Friday. I can just about promise you our Friday show. I'm like, yeah, that was fun while it lasted. That's kind of where the tournament's been. There've been a couple of Auburn, Kentucky, 2 really big upsets. Other than that, just tiny little easy upsets.
Yeah, for as many people as we have in our pool, the majority are still alive.
Yeah.
Which is rare at this point.
Anyways, boy, whether it's gambling or like in our case, just for bragging rights, it always makes everything more fun.
Yes.
Let's go with a real quick cut number 3.
Cut number 3.
There's a lot of questions right now, Stephen A., and those are very, very good questions, and that's what we are trying to get to the bottom of.
Mr. Thompson on Shohei Ohtani, who will speak today, address the media.
These aren't for bragging rights.
No. My favorite storyline of this whole thing is that, like, basically the interpreter was doing everything in English and Shohei Ohtani didn't understand, like, what he was saying. And, like, basically Shohei Ohtani speaks no English, and that's how this guy pulled the fast one. I'm just like, dude, how many stories have we seen where it's like Shohei Ohtani's English is better than he lets on, and he has a really good sense of humor, but now all of a sudden he, like, doesn't understand it. And I don't care what language you speak at all. Everyone can speak the language of $4.5 million.
Right.
Brandon Lang, we've had him on the show before from the movie with Al Pacino. Was that 2 for the Money? Something like that.
Sounds right.
Yeah. He got loose in a couple radio shows, which it's Brandon Lang. He can gild the lily at times, but he was like, oh, it's more than this, and Shohei Ohtani knew it, and this is a huge scandal, and blah 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 blah, and like rah 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 rah. The thing is like I love the whole baseball fan. Like, I'm not rooting for it to be a giant scandal. I'm acknowledging that it would be the most interesting thing about baseball this year. But if you're like a true blue baseball fan, which I'm kind of not anymore, but if you are not rooting for this to be. I don't care if you hate the Dodgers. Right. You don't want this to be a big deal because this will not be great for. It will be great for the off-field stuff, but
not great for the sport.
Not great for the sport at all. It is opening week, by the way. We'll address that a little bit later at 6:43. Can't wait for that A's home opener. It's the Guardians.
Yeah, Thursday night.
This time it's for real.
Yes.
We will take a break. When we come back, of course, shockingly, the Kings beat the Magic on the road. We've got the audio for you next.
Subscribe to Sactown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sactown Sports.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's time to trade in and trade up at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com. It's all a click away.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claim based on 2022 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own one report. We're recording this Progressive commercial on a real boat to let people know that when you bundle your home, boat, and other vehicles...
What was that, Flo?
Progressive saves you money, Jamie.
Why are we doing this on a boat?
We were going for authenticity.
We're going to the city?
Authenticity.
You mean Atlantic City? But we're not in the Atlantic. Are we?
Bundle your home and other vehicles with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Ball forward, take your base.
The only thing worse than a pitcher running out of gas on the mound is your old phone running out of storage for your photos in the stands.
Goodbye, home run.
Switch to Verizon and get a great deal on a new iPhone 15 Pro with tons of storage for all the ballpark pics you want. Just trade in your iPhone, any model, in any condition, so you'll feel like you're winning, even when your team's not. Trade in any iPhone in any condition for a great deal on iPhone 15 Pro with unlimited Ultimate and get iPad and Apple Watch SE with eligible service plan. Only on Verizon.
Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event is on. Get out there this season in a powerful new Toyota truck. Tear it up on or off the road and explore every terrain with Toyota's industry-leading reliability. Right now, get low 1.99% APR financing on the powerful 2024 Tundra and Tundra Hybrid. Or check out the all-new redesigned 2024 Tacoma. Hurry in, Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event ends soon. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Excludes TRD Pro, ends 4/1/24.
The Amish have a reputation for craftsmanship, determination, and quality. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. You know, those virtues sound quite similar to the Keys family and the day-to-day values on display at Naturewood. The Amish furniture craftsmanship begins with the finest hardwood, shaping and molding the raw materials into one-of-a-kind art. In addition to the classic styles long sought and revered by discriminating furniture lovers, Naturewood Home Furnishings offers a vast selection that includes transitional, modern, farmhouse, arts and crafts, and other stunning styles, all available in the ultimate Amish standard of excellence built over centuries. All Naturewood Amish furniture is on sale right now for a limited time. Let the Naturewood team guide you through their selection of Amish furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Drapes, Kyle Draper here from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. You know, there's nothing like getting a massage on my way to work. I know it sounds crazy, but my new ride has seats that massage my back. Leave it to Mercedes-Benz. I've had my new EQS SUV for a few months now, and it's the most gorgeous and sophisticated vehicle I've ever had. I've owned electric cars before, but Mercedes-Benz has set a new standard on how awesome an electric car can be. I never stress about battery charging, and it's got remarkably long range, and it is easy to charge. Now, if you could plug in your hair dryer in the morning, you could plug in this car. It's very simple, and the timing is perfect. It's Mercedes Madness Month at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Enjoy up to $19,000 in Mercedes-Benz incentives on select new vehicles, plus a complimentary home charger and 2 years of prepaid maintenance. And they've got certified pre-owned Mercedes vehicles as low as 1.99% APR for qualified buyers. It's Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. It's just a short 30-minute drive from Sacramento, right off I-5, or online at mbfstockton.com.
Dirty Heads, live in concert.
Every single day.
Friday, April 12th, 7:30 p.m. The venue in Thunder Valley. Special guest, The Elevators. On sale at ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Dirty Heads Live.
Rescue me.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Here's Engels driving, tried to set up a pass, broken up by the Kings. Kings break 3-on-1. To the left, and a two-hand flush off the dribble, knocked down by Keegan Murray. Assist pass came from Keon Ellis. Pass to the corner, Wendell Carter for three. It's no good. Easy rebound, Sabonis. Quick outlet goes to Ellis. Cruises up the right side of the floor. Throws to Sabonis coming down the lane with a head full of steam, and he gets the flush, and the Kings go back on top by one. Sabonis hands to Harrison Barnes, drives to his left. Kicks to the left corner. Here's a baseline attack by Monk. Drops to Sabonis, going to the rack and scoring it. What a nice drop-off pass from Malik Monk. 15 lead changes and 8 ties. Ellis off the dribble, feeds it to Sabonis straight away. Dumas knocks down the 3-ball. And suddenly, the 3-ball has come to life for Sacramento, and that's very much the story of this season for them. Hit or miss. They're always encouraged to let it fly.
Oh, good. And the music ran out. I didn't have any more Sabonis. Sabonis. So, yeah. Don't want you to forget, by the way, your Jiffy Lube Drive the Game coming up in the 7:43 segment. Prepare for that. Because you can get a $100 gift certificate to old Jiffy Lube.
Yeah.
The Magic took the lead late in the game behind Greg Anthony's son.
Fans coming to their feet here in Central Florida as the Kings work the right wing. You can't be tentative. They want to use some clock, get a high percentage look. And it's a 3-point shot that's short from De'Aaron Fox. And the Magic look for the lead on this trip. 32 seconds to go. Here's Ben Caro on the right side. He spins off a double team, gives to Anthony, drives into traffic, puts up a prayer, and the prayer's answered. The Lord said, yes, it'll go in. And the Magic lead 107-106. 25.6 seconds to go.
Not going to lie, at that point,
that's a great call, too, by the way.
Wonderful call. Absolutely.
But how that shot went in, I mean, come on.
It's funny because I could be wrong. I've listened to a ton of G-Man. You've listened to almost all of G-Man over the years. I don't remember ever hearing that call.
No.
And so, after 40 plus years or whatever of doing this, he still comes up with new calls.
Yes.
That are great, which is awesome. At that point, 25 left. And Magic up by 1. I'm like, ugh. Come on, dude. Yeah. But then I was like, we need some of that, Fox or somebody clutchy Orlando stuff because we've been here before.
Yeah.
Can we get something
a whistle near half court?
Yeah. And this play was talked about quite a bit.
Inbounds to Fox. He stepped on the baseline, on the midcourt line, but we had a whistle for a foul. That's the reason he got pushed. Oh my goodness. I'm looking at his feet thinking he's so close to the midcourt line, and then I saw the foot hit the line, and the whistle sounded, but it was for a foul on the push. First free throw. Used all the iron, and it fell in. It started out on the back rim, went to the front, kind of half circled, and then tipped in to tie the score at 107. 18 lead changes, 13 ties. Can we get our 19th lead change from De'Aaron Fox? Yes, we can. Kings lead at 108-107. Jamal Mosley calls timeout.
Also want to give credit where credit's due and be perfectly honest and open. Would have bet, maybe not a car or a house, but would have bet perhaps a small animal or a child that he doesn't make both those free throws. No offense to De'Aaron, that's just how it's been all year with us. 85.7% from the line, Jason, 18 of 21, which we have to be fair about this. They won 109-107. How many times this year have we had a conversation after a loss? Like, free throws cost them the game.
Earlier in the season, they lose that game shooting free throws like they were.
Easily.
They've been so much better the last 10 games.
It's ridiculous how much better. Again, where's this been?
Right.
But also great. Good job.
I mean, that's the funny thing is as we narrow in, not pull back, but if we narrow in on the team, defensively, the numbers are better.
Yep.
Free throw shooting, the numbers are better.
Yep.
I mean, these are things you want when you're this late in the year. Now, they still just 2 games ago had a clunker losing to Washington.
Yes.
But the numbers of things that they were weak on are getting better.
Career high for Keon Ellis.
Yes. When he did that step back, I thought it was a 3. It was a long 2. What is he? Wow.
That was, and again, it should be, I don't know who would be the sponsor, but 100% there needs to be a no, yes, play the game. Because that's what that was.
Yeah. What did you think, by the way, of the call that you just played, the whistle that was incredibly late?
2 seconds after they called it. Mm-hmm. They're still talking about it. And I tweeted out, it's the right call. I hate the fact, and we've talked about this on the show before, I hate it when referees wait for the results before calling the foul. Usually the one we see the most egregious, guy goes up for a layup, there's questionable contact, layup goes in, nothing, layup misses, questionable. Now, if this were soccer, that's what it's almost like they're playing the advantage. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes if there's a foul, The referee in soccer will wait. He won't call it if the aggrieved team has the advantage, has the ball. Maybe somebody takes off on a run, whatever. The ref's going to hold off. But then once that changes, he'll call the foul late. But it's accepted there. So even though we benefited, I hated the fact that he waited. However, Jason, I actually think it was I think in retrospect, it was the right thing. The ref had to handle it that way.
It's a really tough one because of how long. I mean, De'Aaron did his best to keep his balance. So I think you're right. I think had he kept his balance, stayed in, he lets that go.
100%. 100%.
But the reason he didn't was the initial push. And maybe does Orlando feel better if right away they'd been like, oh, come on, how are you calling that? Because it did seem a little bit, I would say, of a weaker call if you're judging him. If he would have called it right away. But then once he saw the result and he's like, I can't let De'Aaron just walk out of that. Like, but it took a long time.
He didn't want to call it.
Right.
Here's the thing. You go back and I did. I've looked at it 10 times. Who was it? Who was on him? Suggs? Or not Suggs?
Suggs or
was it Suggs maybe? Whoever was on De'Aaron, I forget now. Right after I just said I've seen it 10 times. Like you see, there's some initial, shuffling between the two. You see very clearly the right hand of the defender on the hip of De'Aaron pushing off as the defender backs up a little bit. You then directly see from that push that De'Aaron's off balance and is trying to hold his balance. He did not flop. That's exactly what we want players to do. James Harden would have been in the fourth row.
Right.
He tried to keep his balance and then ultimately couldn't. Now, to me, even though it kind of stinks that he waited that long, it's far more. Imagine this. Imagine he doesn't call anything other than a backcourt violation, and the Magic end up winning the game.
Right.
We're losing our minds.
Yeah.
And the last 2-minute report came out, said that was the right call, which I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a timing issue.
Yeah. Yep. And then for Orlando, after Fox makes both free throws, remember they had 3 shots because they got 2 offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
They foul Keon. He makes 1 of 2. They still had 1 more chance. So they basically had 4 shots to win the game.
Yes, they did. And none of them went in.
No, thank goodness.
And you know what, Jason? It's the Jason Ross rule of Marcus Smart. That ball just goes a millimeter to the left or right and falls in. We're having a completely different show.
Yeah.
Just like
that is my rule of Marcus.
The show against the Celtics. I always remember everyone, I would say more often than not, you'll say something be like, bing, that's a great point. And then file it away in the memory bank to bring out here. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll go around a little bit. It's going to be heavy Kings, heavy tournament, mostly Kings. But we'll go around. Baseball opens this week, whatever, but some of you care. Shohei will address the media today. And I got the audio for you. What I think is the best story you didn't hear about over the weekend. Very cool. I enjoyed this. I hope you do too. We'll be right back after this.
Keep it here to Sactown Sports for the Sacramento Kings push toward the postseason.
Get analysis from our local shows, breakdowns from our Kings insiders, and all the thrilling moments from the G-Man.
Keegan, quick catch, quick strike. There's another one up in the lights and in the well. 10 3-pointers made. Keegan Murray putting on an all-time scoring exhibition tonight.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Looking for the ultimate sports bar experience in Sacramento? Look no further. Fieldhouse American Sports Pub, family owned and operated, serving up mouthwatering food that'll keep you coming back for more. Voted as the #1 sports bar in Sacramento, your go-to spot for catching all the big games. Swing by their convenient location at 1310 Fulton Avenue or order online for pickup or delivery. Don't miss out on the action. Fieldhouse American Sports Pub, where every game is a winning experience.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by Fitty and Fiber, Dawson Oil Company, and Good Guys Heating and Cooling.
Discover your dream home at Subcontractors United, your source for all home improvement needs. A talented team of home services experts is ready to make your projects a breeze. No more endless internet searches. Find your contractors in one place. Enjoy stress-free service absolutely free, with no hidden costs and no account to set up. Transform your living space into something extraordinary. Visit Subcontractors United today and experience the joy of hassle-free home improvement. Dream big at subcontractorsunited.com.
The weather's warming up, spring is here, and so is road trip season. And if you're saying, yeah, sure, I would love to load everything up in my car and hit the road and go on a long road trip, but I don't trust my car. It's not dependable. Well, then go see my friends at Elk Grove Kia. They'll get you into something dependable and super affordable, like a brand new 2024 Kia Forte LXS for $19,988. Yep, at a time when the average new car price is over $48,000, Elk Grove Kia can get you into a brand new car for less than half of that. This car's loaded with automatic transmission, an 8-inch touchscreen with rear camera. It's got advanced driver assistance system, so it's got tech and safety. And again, this brand new 2024 Kia Forte LXS can be yours for only $19,988. Only at the #1 Sacramento Kia dealer, Elk Grove Kia, in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, and online at elkgrovekia.com. Elk Grove Kia sale price, $20,738. Kia rebate, $750. Net price, $19,988. One at this price. Stock number GK9219. Expires March 31st, 2024.
With RT Painting, our name says it all. We are a reliable and trusted commercial and residential painting company serving the Sacramento area since 1998. Employee-owned, our attention to detail is second to none. Put our decades of experience serving our community to use for you. Get a free quote today. Call us at 916-900-8112. That's 916-900-8112. Or go online to rtpainting.com. That's rtpainting.com. RT Painting, your trusted and reliable painting contractor of choice.
Hey guys, do you know your T level? Revive Men's Health here in Sacramento is helping you take that first step toward better health and enhanced intimacy with a free testosterone level test, exam, and consultation. Plus, for this month only, qualified patients can kickstart their treatment with a free supply of ED medication. Revive's customized ED treatments can provide immediate results, restore blood flow naturally, and even bring spontaneity back into your love life. With both in-person and telemedicine appointments available, plus free shipping directly to you, Revive takes the hassle out of treating low T and ED. Having an optimal testosterone level can change your whole life, and it starts with knowing your T level. Take that first step and book your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation, and kickstart your treatment with a free supply of ED medication this month only. Call Revive Men's Health Sacramento at 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566, or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
Got a lot to get to, so let's, of course, do something not planned. Just real quick, Pat still handed this to me down the hall. By the way, if you get tired of your sports,
yeah,
you always hit up the country.
Hall of Famers.
The Price is Right has a protocol in place. Apparently, it's a true story. You can Google it. Price is Right has a protocol in case a contestant pees their pants. I heard it. They have a super powerful blow dryer backstage. And in case that doesn't work, they have a whole rack of sweatpants. And the moral there is if you ever see a contestant on The Price is Right in sweatpants, you know. Now you know why. Jason, you're on The Price is Right and you pee your pants, which, by the way, if peeing your pants is cool.
Did you miss any part?
You're Miles Davis, right?
That's right. I think I would purposely try to do that so I can get a
free sweatpants.
Yeah, Price is Right pants.
That's exactly what I was thinking. And especially if they had like the Price is Right logo.
Oh, yeah.
It just says Plinko down.
The yodeler.
Yeah,
off the cliff.
Yes, that would be amazing. And by the way, again, trying to make money for people. Why can't like New Balance or some iffy average shoe brand, like imagine if they signed a deal with Merv Griffin Enterprises, like if they had like they had a set of like Jeopardy shoes with like little like potpourris and stuff on them, or Price is Right themed shoes with the logos and stuff, and the Plinko guy and the yodeler. Dude, take my money.
Suck at your pack.
I will take anal bum cover. All right.
You might want to explain what that is.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry. Celebrity Jeopardy, SNL many years ago, for those of you who don't know. And, who was it? Daryl Hammond playing Sean Connery?
Yes.
Yeah. And his bit was always like he just misread. So the category was an album cover, right? That's the question. And then so you go, I'll take anal bum cover for $500, Alex. No, that's album cover. There was another one involving Bon Appetit, but I'll keep that to myself. Giants and Padres this Thursday. A's host the Guardians, and I wonder if they're going to turn off. Like, there's a way to turn off replies at the actual stadium, because they've shut off all replies on their social media for both the team, Dave Cavill, whoever. This is going to be the fans' first opportunity. They're opening up the grounds. I think normally it's like 4 hours before the game so people can tailgate. Now it's 2 hours or an hour, something like that. You know, they're just being scummy and lame.
Yeah.
Speaking of, by the way, we will, of course, be carrying Selected A's games here on Sactown Sports.
Including opening day.
Including opening day. So tune in. That was like, what was it in Private Parts where he's like, yeah, my dad used to take me to Galway's grocery as a kid, and I got to tell you, it's absolutely amazing. It's just something I'll always remember. And always remember this, folks, there's only one Galway's, and the grand opening is this Saturday. Oh. Ugh, that's awkward. That's kind of like what that was. Your Yankees are going to play.
Yes, they are.
Scale of 1 to 10. Honestly.
Yeah.
How excited are you about the opening of baseball?
I really enjoy baseball. So I don't know if I right now with other stuff going on, 7.
How Thursday, hour before first pitch, how excited will you be?
Of the Yankees? Pretty excited. Yeah. I'm still into baseball. I'm one of the few that are proud.
No, good for you. And I don't want to yuck your yum in any
can't.
way. And I also don't want to I'm not going to do the bit this year. If you're like a diehard baseball fan listening, like, I'm not going to do the bit this year where like every single time we talk about baseball, I'm going to be,
I'll remember that.
I'm not saying I won't ever do it.
Okay.
But
I mean, if you do it 150 times, that's not every time.
That's a great point. That leaves me 12 times where I didn't.
Yeah.
Let's be positive.
So you're still, you can still win an award at the end of the season.
I'm eligible.
Yeah.
I honest to God, this isn't hyperbole. My excitement for the opening of baseball season is like literally a -3. I am not. I think part of it is I'm superimposing the fact that opening of baseball means that soon that's all we have to talk about.
Yeah. Which we don't talk about that much.
Which we don't. We have other stuff, but like, it's really sad. It's like honestly kind of a midlife crisis for me. I don't want to not like baseball.
We'll go back to your youth. Bring it back. Get excited.
If I could go back in time and put like the 87, 88, 89 Giants, bring back the late great Hank Greenwald, Ron Fairley, put Bob Melvin and Bob Brenly behind home plate.
You got Bob Melvin. You still have Kruk and Kipe, John Miller. That whole crew is amazing.
Yeah, they are.
Dave Fleming.
And he's great too.
Yeah.
Is it just some of the decisions that the Giants have made?
Well,
kind of
that's why I said I got yelled at for. I was like, I got to be honest. I'm out on the Giants. Like until dude sells the team, I cannot stand their owner. I can't stand their owner.
What about your Rays?
Honestly, this would be a perfect time if the A's did relocate permanently to Sacramento, for example. I'd be like, you know what? Perfect. I'm all in on the A's. I honestly would rather.
No, I said Rays.
Oh, I thought you said
Rays,
A's.
remember?
I'm sorry. Yeah, and that like I'll have fun with that. Is like the Rays. Is there another team? Oh, Mariners. I still got to choose.
Yeah,
but it's just I don't know. Maybe it's maybe I need to get back into fantasy baseball.
Yeah,
that might help.
Maybe start betting on it. Ask your friend. Does he bet on baseball?
It does not.
Okay.
No, never.
Well, what if he started? He might get you
maybe.
excited.
And the other part is like I used to have I have institutional knowledge about baseball from 1985 to like 2010. I have
gone.
It is gone, man.
Yeah.
I looked at like the stats leaders for that. We did this on the air. And I'm like, who the heck is Fred Johnson?
Yeah.
He's
Fred Johnson.
Right. Oh, he led the league in home runs and RBI last year. Wow, that's amazing. Anyway, so that's starting this week. Shohei Ohtani will dress the media today. That'd be funny. He's like, I did it. I really, really, I hope that he didn't, and I hope that this is all honest, and I hope that he is able to play a long and full career. I really do.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not going to lie. I kind of want him to be guilty, and I kind of want him to have bet on baseball because I just want to see Rob Manfred's head explode when your most valuable asset literally bet on the game, and now you either have to ban him for life, which will cost you like billions of dollars, or you have to be a super hypocrite and let him stay in after a suspension, or you do nothing and you just immediately are like, you know what, and Pete Rose, Joe Jackson, you're in the Hall of Fame.
The interesting thing is going to be how the away fans react to Shohei.
And by interesting, you mean just awesome.
Yeah.
We'll go a minute over here. I wanted to do this. This is cool. Over the weekend, with everything going on, I'm pretty sure most of you were not tuned into the Valspar Championship. Cam Young had a chance to get his first major, or first win on tour, excuse me. But in the end, it was Peter Malnati with a birdie on 17, held on 18. He was able to win by 2 strokes. He now will play in the Masters for the first time in his long career. He has exemptions. He made as much in yesterday's tournament that he has in his whole like decade plus career. This is one of the longest periods in between wins in PGA Tour history. And just to set up the scene, it's better if you can see it. Sorry. But he's holding his, I would say, 4-year-old son, who's in a soccer jersey and a purple cape as he talks afterwards. And I just thought this was a really, really pure sports interview.
What did you draw on coming down the stretch to become a winner out of this bunch leaderboard?
I have no idea. I told myself I was going to do my best on every shot, and that was what I did. And I was so nervous coming down the stretch. A lot of those shots, you kind of see it in the approach into 16 was terrible, but I was just like, you can't describe it. It's so cool. It's so cool to share it with, like, it's just amazing. It's just amazing.
I mentioned that it's been 9 years. Can you describe what that wait has been like to get this second win and get to celebrate with Hatcher Dash and Alicia?
I mean, you wonder if you're ever going to do it again, because it's hard. And, in the 9 years since my last win, it's gotten a lot harder too. Like, if you look, like, the level of talent out here, guys coming out when they're, 20 years old and they're ready to play on this stage and they're so good. It's just, you just wonder, like, and so to have this moment, it just feels so amazing. I mean, obviously, my family believes in me. I've got the best caddy. He's been loyal to me for a long time, through a lot of like down times too. I'm just so thankful. I'm just so thankful for my wife. She makes this all possible because life is hard. Like, it's obviously glamorous at times like this, and this is my dream job, and it's absolutely amazing. But life is really, really hard too when you're trying to figure out how to live this lifestyle and have 2 kids and be everything that you want to be. It's really hard, and my wife has been an absolute rock through all of it. She's amazing, and I've got my mom here. My family's amazing. 2 little boys. Like, it's just. This just feels so good.
It was just such a cool off-the-cuff moment. And with everything in sports these days, even golf, we forget that, like, not feeling sorry for him, but in golf, you can go with all the expenses, caddy, travel, all that, play 2 days, get cut, and you're out money. You got a caddy who's like, I could be making a lot more money with somebody else, like he mentioned. And here you got a guy with all the emotions of just winning a tournament. Yeah. He wins that tournament and then just loses it while his wife and kids, his son's like, what Dad, are you okay? But just a pure moment.
Yeah,
I thought it was really, really cool. Congratulations to Peter Malnati, and Cam Young, you'll get yours here eventually. We'll take a break. When we come back, the NCAA tournament is in a full swing. We'll go over all of that, and I'll have a question about the NBA having to do with this. We'll do all that next.
You ain't cool unless you pee your pants.
For more than half a century, contractors and trade professionals have relied on WeatherGuard for heavy-duty truck and van storage equipment. not just to protect their valuable tools, but to protect their professional reputations. For pros, the WeatherGuard badge makes a statement about what drives them. It says, bring it on. Been there, done that. We've got your back, without saying a word. And the folks at WeatherGuard, they're just as driven as the hardworking pros they serve. See what it means to be driven at weatherguard.com.
Every day, Cintas service reps help businesses get ready for the workday. They provide freshly laundered workwear delivered every week. Mats, mops, restroom and cleaning supplies. First aid and safety products to help your employees stay safe. They even test and inspect fire extinguishers and emergency lights. Cintas helps keep your business running smoothly. See what Cintas can do for you. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
To thank you for 40 unforgettable years, Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 13 Plus, powered by Intel Core processors and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event is on. It's time to hit the road with powerful performance and fewer fill-ups. Toyota has more hybrid and plug-in hybrid options than any other brand, with the same legendary dependability you can count on. Right now, get incredible 0% APR financing for 72 months, or choose a low lease on the all-electric 2023 BZ4X. Hurry in. Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event ends soon. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available for TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Ends 4/1/24.
Dr. Ken Howachek and kinesiologist Kelsey Graham discuss the Good Feet store.
The foot has a lot of detail. It has a lot of complexity. There's a lot that can go wrong. A lot of problems start in the foot and end up elsewhere. Knee pain, hip pain, back pain. When aligning the feet properly, we can see relief elsewhere. And that's the beauty of the Good Feet arch support. It can place the feet into their ideal position and gives them the balance, the support, the comfort, and the relief of the pain. The bottom line is that the Good Feet arch support could be a highly effective pain relief solution when nothing else has worked.
The feet have a really big impact on how the rest of the body moves. The knees, the hips, the lower back especially. If the foot isn't properly aligned, all of these joints are going to function incorrectly. That results in a lot of muscle tension and chronic pain. What I really like about the Good Feet system is that the right arch supports can put the foot in its proper alignment. So all the joints of the rest of the body will be aligned properly as well. And when the body's aligned, we can reduce the risk of injury and chronic pain.
Visit the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Modesto, Stockton, and Vacaville for a free fitting and test walk.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Tim Walsh, Director of Sales for Bridgestone Golf, was excited to talk about the new line of Tour B golf balls. Bridgestone has been making golf balls since 1935, and their philosophy was to serve society with superior quality. All these years later, quality is not in question. While we as players tend to settle on a ball that will increase our distance or one that will enhance feel, the Tour B line of golf balls delivers both distance and feel through their new reactive smart cover and mid-layer. PGA Tour player Jason Day assisted on the development of Mindset, which is a visual cue on the golf ball to remind you of a 3-step process. First is to identify your target, then visualize the shot path, and then focus on the dot, which helps to clear your mind and execute the shot you visualized. Mindset is available on the full line of Bridgestone Tour B golf balls. To learn more, visit BridgestoneGolf.com. That's your golf to go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports. Get your sports fix.
Live and vocal.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Campeo, one of our longtime listeners on the YouTube chat, which you can be a part of. Just go to YouTube, search Sactown Sports, and chat. Join the chat mob. Says, how can a guy on today's tour still be on the tour without a win in 9 years? Well, very easily. There's a number of people that are on the PGA Tour that either don't have wins ever or very rarely do. Now, a win gets you a number of exemptions. It extends your tour card, I think, 2 years. Unless it's a major, then I think it's 3 years. Because you finish with enough money to be in the top whatever and qualifies you to extend your PGA Tour card. And by the way, I don't know if I don't think he had to go down to Korn Ferry or anything like that and work his way back up. But there's, for all the winners we see.
Yeah.
There's the guys, our very own Cam Champ, whose dad owns Foothill Golf Course, a course I grew up goofing around at, a little par 3 there. There's a lot of guys like Cam was in contention on Sunday. He was just a couple shots back. I think he finished, top 15. It's a nice payday for him, but he's been grinding. He has a couple of wins on tour.
Yeah,
but
it's been a while though.
Yeah, it has been a while, and he grinds. And there's, I don't know the percentage, but it's probably a pretty decent percentage of tournaments he'll travel to. He's got to fly there. He's got to rent a place or get a hotel room, caddy, all the expenses, blah, blah, blah. You play for 2 days and you get cut and you make no money and you go back home and you start all over again the following week. Look, I'm not like saying, poor golfers, but there's a lot of pressure.
Sure.
And, we were talking at the start of the show about how people in media all have a screw loose because of the pressure. Well, multiply that times probably 100 with a golfer. You don't have a teammate to pass to.
Right.
You don't have Domantas Sabonis or De'Aaron Fox coming in to carry the fourth quarter on a Sunday.
You. It's a lonely island.
And imagine being a kid or a very young man or woman in this case in one of these NCAA tournaments, trying to do all that, knowing what's on the line, knowing that in many cases, if you win, it's legendary. Your name is going to be put in song, and if you do something terrible, your life as you know it is over, and you will receive all kinds of fun messages on social media and blah blah blah. There's a lot of pressure on these. I'll call them kids. I think everybody's a kid till they're 30.
Right.
I think I was a kid till I was 30.
Still am a kid.
When you look at. Just for example, the overarching theme, I think, of this tournament, or one of them, Jason, favorites in round 2 of the NCAA tournament, straight up went 15-1.
Wow.
15-1, 11-5. 11-5 against the spread. The only team that didn't work out for were the Baylor Bears. And if I'm correct, didn't father and son Drew both lose like within an hour of each other? I think
they're not father-son.
Oh, they're not?
No.
What are they? I thought they were.
They may be related, but that's not father-son.
Oh, I thought that. Okay, my
Bryce
bad.
and Scott Drew.
Yeah,
they might be brothers, if anything.
Oh, are they? Okay, because they were mentioning something about like busy week for who's the Baylor one? That's not Bryce. That's
Scott
the other
Drew.
one. Yeah, like
Grand
he
Canyon
flew to go see Grand Canyon play and blah. Okay, well, whatever family connection there is. I think they both lost within an hour of each other in the tournament. And Scott Drew has just done, like, they were going over some numbers with Baylor, who, by the way, that's the year I won. How could I forget Davion Mitchell leading the way for the Baylor Bears? And that's the year I won the tournament. But
They're brothers.
They are brothers. Oh, okay, my bad. He has completely built that program into a powerhouse. I think they had 4 NCAA appearances lifetime before he got there, and then they have a national title. I think 4 straight years they had made the Sweet 16, something like that. But that's kind of one of the themes of the tournament has been, okay, well, so far with a couple, you know, the Auburns, the Kentuckys,
right?
But even Auburn and Kentucky were second tier favorites, I think.
Yeah,
maybe
3 seed and 4 seed. Yeah,
yeah, third tier, arguably. You know, we almost had, and by the way, it just seems like this happens every other year. We almost had the vaunted final game of the second round. Everything's great. Blah, blah, blah. Up, this team's up. Oh, my God, they lost. My brackets busted in Houston last night. Ugh.
I mean, I still think it's been wildly entertaining. I enjoy the tournament. I really do.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Every year I have this existential thought in my head when I'm watching. Yesterday was up the hill with some friends. I got the games on watching. You know, they staggered them pretty well, but there were a couple, you know, you wake up at 9 a.m. There's a game going all the way through. And then Saturday, same thing. You add in the Kings game there, and you just sit back and you're like, oh, God, I love sports. And also, why am I not doing this in the regular season? Like, why am I not turning it on to watch Duke in North Carolina battle it out at noon on a Saturday? And the reason is because I don't care. But then the tournament comes, and oh my God, this is a top 3 sport for me.
Yeah, I think, well, I used to, and I think you probably did more. And I think part of that is we did know the players more.
Mm-hmm.
So if, for example, like I had heard about, this is going to go way, way back. Obviously, his pro career's already done. He's coaching now, but Jason Kidd, I'd heard about him here.
Absolutely.
It's like, wow, he played at Arco. This guy's going to be good. Goes to Cal.
Yep.
Now, he didn't stay for 4 years, but he played for a couple of years, so I wanted to see him play.
Yes.
And then, of course, we can go back to the UNLV days, the Fab Five. Man, Christian Laettner and Bobby Hurley and Grant Hill, they're all back. Like, you knew all the players.
Yes.
And they were coming back. And so that part has stopped for the most part, unless you're the mid-majors. I think some of that has returned, but even that, now guys are transferring. So I don't know. For me, I may not ever be a regular season guy again. I am for college football.
Yes.
And which is weird. It's almost flipped for me. Like, college football's regular season is bigger than the bowl season for me, with the exception of the biggest bowl games.
Yes, I agree with you.
Whereas college basketball's regular season is the tournament is the end all be all.
Let me ask you a college football question, though, and I'm not trying to be a D-bag here. Just an honest question, because you said that. I agree with everything you said. I think you nailed it on the NCAA, and you made me start thinking, oh, my God, NCAA basketball regular season and Major League Baseball, which we were just talking about, that's almost exactly the same thing for me. Like,
okay.
You're exactly right.
I can see that.
Christian Laettner, Bobby Hurley, and Duke. Those UNLV teams, the Fab Five, Ramil Robinson in Michigan, Seton Hall and Terry DeHare. Like, I was into it every weekend.
Yeah.
And then I think you're right. As the years go on, part of it's just the love of your youth, imagining maybe I could play college basketball someday when I get out of high school. On top of the fact that you see these guys for 2, 3, 4 years as a norm. And now it's like, oh, hey, this guy's pretty cool. Oh, he's in the NBA.
Yeah.
And then going into football, the question I wanted to ask you is this. Do you think, does it have anything to do with the fact that UCLA has not been a national title contender in a while? That has
for football or basketball?
For football, and as to why maybe the postseason. Because for me, when FSU's involved in the bowls, I'm all about.
No, I guess maybe I didn't. Are you about though the Blue Bonnet Bowl if Florida State's in that? You're in it if they're in the Final Four.
Yes. If they're in the playoffs. Yes.
Right. No, I'm into that part, but like the bowl season, I guess I
got you.
I'm lumping in the Mayo Bowl, the Cheez-It Bowl.
Yes.
Like, that's funny names. Other than that, it's like
I'm with you.
If it was a regular season, Northwestern and Arizona State, I'm like, maybe I'll watch that game.
Sure.
But it's now a bowl game. I'm like,
Which why?
It's weird.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
It is kind of weird.
It is weird.
There was a bowl game this season where just the sponsor was the head story.
Yeah.
There's been a couple over the last year. Yeah, the Pop-Tart getting eaten at the very end.
I remember the beginning. I remember the end. I don't remember the teams that played in it or who won.
Finally, we got a break here. Could the in-season tournament in the NBA adopt an NCAA model? In this sense only, there's 30 teams in the NBA. Your top seed in the West and the East get a bye. And then somehow it's a one-off. It's just brackets. And it's a one-off. And then you have the Final Four and the finals happen in Vegas, kind of like they did. But just you go from like screw group play. You just and the NBA puts out in-season tournament brackets, and you make it like a real prize, whatever, same thing. But I found myself wondering, would this make the in-season tournament even more fun if it was a one-off?
Yeah, I think this is what they tried to mimic, kind of. But the only flaw or the only wrinkle is, so let's pretend the Kings go all the way through that and gets 4 games in there. The makeup on the schedule is just to balance that out.
Yeah.
Or if you just say this is something completely different and we're just ignoring these games as regular season games. Yeah. I don't know
either. You're right. And also home field advantage versus a neutral site for NCAA. I was thinking about that too. We'll take a break. When we come back, speaking of the NBA and their ideas, Adam Silver spoke on the All-Star game and lack thereof of competition, had some interesting things to say. We'll talk about the Kings road trip. The Kings return tonight, and we'll talk right now, really, honestly, about energy and American energy specifically, and just what that has to do with your day-to-day life. Carmichael Dave here for AmericanEnergy.com. It's your second opinion partners. Hit that beat. Look at that. Just nailed the hit the post. Not nailed the post. That's something you don't want to do. Yeah. American Energy, they are your second opinion partners. What does that mean? That means if you are looking to get some work done on your HVAC system, call American Energy. Call American Energy and let them help you by giving you a second opinion. Now, having them come out to your house, take a look at whatever you want done, writing up an estimate, and giving you that second opinion right now will just cost you $99. Just $99. But wait, there's more. I'm lying to you. Yeah, it's free. They will not charge you a dime to do that. It is like not even a penny. They will come out and do all that for free. For example, they want you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big. Stay ahead of the spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. And American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD. This is key, guys, because there's a lot of rebates out there, but it is a hassle to get them all together. American Energy does all the paperwork for you. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis, excuse me, and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. They're the best. Call 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. When we get back, 3 for Madness, brought to you by Firewings. Christopher Lott has the mic next.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with everything I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of dry AMD called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, colors appear dull or washed out. For others, hazy or blurred vision make it hard to see details, like fine print on price tags. Many have trouble seeing in the dark, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Evan Wasserman on the chat says, I don't know if he was directing this to me or what, but golf over baseball? I got to be honest. I am 30 billion times more into golf than I am baseball right now. I really, truly am, honestly. I will have golf on 10-1.
I wonder, I was thinking about this. Well, you feel a certain way about the Giants right now, but let's take you just a few years ago when you liked them more.
Yeah.
And if they had the Dodgers roster, so Shohei, you guys landed Shohei, and you had something like Mookie and Freeman and the prohibited favorites.
Yes.
It's impossible to know, but what do you think you'd be like?
It's a real good question, and I fielded it before where it's like, well, yeah, they suck. Of course you don't like them, or they're going to be 500.
I don't think they're going to be that bad.
I think they're going to be around 500, maybe slightly over. This actually started for me after they won their first title. And they won that first title, and I was like, oh my God, this is the pinnacle of whatever. But there was also, I could tell there was this weird part of me that was like, I love this team. I love the guys on it. Wish Will Clark and those guys could have gotten one. Wish Barry Bonds could have gotten one, that crew. But I'll take these guys.
Yeah.
And then the second one, and that's natural, after a long drought, your second title. Same thing with the Kings. I can tell you right now, Kings won 2 titles in the next 5 years. The first one's the best. Yeah. Of course it is. But then as the years just kind of rolled by, I was like, this A's thing just really, really bothers me. I feel like the Giants are one of the bad guys in this whole thing that stand for everything I'm against.
Okay.
It has so very little to do with on the field, though I do think Farhan Zaidi sucks. He definitely redeemed a little bit of himself towards the end, but that's spending money. Like, great job, dude. How are the minor leagues? Are you building the system? Like, they have a couple of prospects, don't get me wrong. I don't have any passion. And the thing is, people get really mad at that. And I always want to say, like, I'm not telling you can't root for them.
Right.
It's like I left the club and took the big screen TV. Like, you'll be fine without me rooting for the Giants actively and going crazy. And I'll still wear a Giants hat. Because I have a bunch of Giants crap and I need clothes, but it's okay. Relax. Firewings brings you 3 for madness. Christopher Law, question 1, please.
Adam Silver says he'll consider a USA versus the world format for the All-Star game. Will this help?
So Adam did an interview about this, and he seems resigned to the fact that the players are openly saying, like, dude, by the time we get to the end of All-Star weekend, we're tired. We have all these media things we have to do. We're in the middle of the season. We're actually in the second 2/3. We don't care about this game. We just want to not get hurt. LeBron said it. Anthony Edwards said it. And so when even asked about the international thing, Adam was like, I don't know. We could try it. We're looking at it. I don't know if it'll help. I won't guarantee that it will help, but I will tell you something, man. Do not underestimate the flags. Just never do it, man. There's a reason why when the Olympics come up this summer, we're going to really start caring about a lot of sports we do not ever care about until the Olympics. There is something, say what you want about the political climate and blah, 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 and everyone arguing in politics. When it's us versus Russia or, hell, Canada, Venezuela.
Isn't the Olympics anymore.
Of course they're not. Excuse me. Australia, whatever. Even a nation we like England or something. It's like, suck it, England. Here we go. Cornwallis, baby. And you have this national pride. I could see a situation in a perfect world, Jason, where it is USA versus international.
And what does that mean, by the way? Is that like Giannis and Joker?
I think so. And
SGA?
I think, yes.
So the All-Star game.
Yes, but it's all international players versus American players. And I think, we know this, these guys read social media, they watch the shows.
Yeah.
And the American guys are going to get tired of hearing about how the internationals have passed them up. And the internationals are going to they're already going to want to beat, because they're all super patriotic about this stuff anyways. Big deal to beat America, blah, blah, blah. And then somebody like Kevin Durant's going to say something on social media like, yeah, it's all fun and games when they're all spread out, but when you put us all together, like, those guys don't stand a chance. And then Joker's going to say something like, I like horses, and everyone's going to freak out. And next, I'm just saying, I don't think it will necessarily work, but I would not underestimate the power of the USA chant going on in whatever arena the games are at. And now all of a sudden, these guys do not want to be the ones that lose. Because let me ask you this, the whole thing like, well, we don't want to get hurt. And then why are you going to the Olympics?
Right.
Why are you going to the Olympics? Professional athletes that don't want to get hurt. Why aren't you in Cancun? You're not getting, sure, it's good for your brand. There's probably little money involved. People
didn't say that during the in-season tournament.
No, they didn't.
They really competed.
They did. So I don't believe the whole no matter what, the All-Star game doesn't matter. I do think there's a tweakable issue that they can work whatever lever they pull to make it better. And again, if you can somehow make this a thing that matters, whether it's draft picks, whether it's a ton of money, whether it's home court advantage in the first round or in the finals, or USA sucks. No, Serbia sucks. No, you suck. Okay, now it's on. There's a chance there.
Yeah.
Just pull on some of that Olympic love.
Sure.
Question 2, please.
Question 2.
The Kings returned today from a 2-1 road trip. Was it successful?
I went and took I took a test at school last week on Friday. It was a tough course. I got a C. I passed, and really ultimately passing is all that matters when you get my diploma. Am I waving around that test score and going, guys, I got a C? No, it's not a B or an A.
Dude, you messed up your name. That's why you got a C.
That's exactly right. Can't spell it. 3-0 would have been an A. I don't know that there's a B on that. Well, B on this. No, you know what? I do. I think, and weirdly enough, an A would have been 3-0. A B would have been you win the first 2 and you lose a close one to Orlando. And you're like, well, they were 25-9. I mean, gosh, I understand that. And then I think a C is the way it worked out. It was anytime you go on the road, you win 2 out of 3, including a 3-4 seed in the East. Successful road trip. But I'm kind of kissing my sister here too.
Could you say the Washington loss is an F, the Orlando wins an A, so now you're at C, and what was the other win? To start it?
Wait, what?
Who was the first team they played?
What the hell? Who was the first? Are we all blanking?
Toronto.
Thank you.
Yeah, Toronto.
We all
because it's outside the United States.
We don't care.
Conversion rate. Yeah,
we don't care.
So B minus, C plus.
I'm fine. B minus, C plus. I'm fine with that. C sounded better for the point I was making. But you're
I wanted 2 and 1, so they got there.
I did too.
Just a weird way.
And I believe there was a 3 for Madness question last week, or at least we talked about it at some point. I was like, well, 2 and 1 would be a successful road trip.
Yeah.
And by the way, we also talked about how, gosh, what if they lose to Washington and
and it happened
and beat Orlando? It happened. Question 3, please.
Question 3.
The Sixers visit Golden One Center tonight. Any chance the Kings win?
No.
Oh, come on.
Okay, there's a chance. There's a chance. But if you're going to the game tonight expecting a win, you better pull on your britches a little bit. What does that even mean?
Philly played yesterday.
They did. They won. They beat
game.
the Clippers on the road in a day game. Now they're up here. And yes, second night of a back-to-back for Philly for sure.
No Joel Embiid.
Some
would say that hurts. Some would say that helps.
I would say that. Well, you have the stat coming up in a little bit, how the Kings have a 10-game losing streak to Philly. What was the one they it's Milwaukee. And wasn't that 15?
14 or 15.
So this has to be their longest active streak. It'd be kind of cool to break both those streaks. Philly beat them earlier this year soundly without Joel Embiid. Now they come into Sacramento. I think this is the last game of the road trip for Philly. I could be wrong. I know this is the first game back for the Sacramento Kings after an East Coast swing. We will go through this later. Okay. Yes, this is the last game of the road trip for the Sixers, a 4-game road trip. I will tell you this, not being negative Nancy either here. I'm going into this game expecting. I'm expecting a loss. That's what would fit for
just
this team.
Based on
this is their first game back.
That's it.
And
so it wouldn't matter if they were playing Charlotte.
Oh,
Detroit
coming up later. You just named, by the way, 2 teams the Kings have lost at home to on the first game coming back from a road trip this year. Charlotte and Detroit. Both of those were that situation. Yeah. And they have played 12 games this year coming home from a road trip. And we've got the record and the opponent, and it's quite interesting. So, yes, of course they can win tonight. I ain't betting on it. Well, and if I was a betting man, I would be betting on it, and it would be on the Sacramento Kings.
Okay.
Yeah. You?
Yeah, I think they can. I mean, more than just can. I don't know if I would say they will. I don't know. I mean, it's weird to be in this spot. This team is so weird.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me just go to the old bag of tricks here.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, there it is. Bag of tricks. It's a box of tricks.
This is a box.
Yeah.
It's a nice deep box. It's got $250,000 cash in it, Jason. And by the way, Uncle Sam doesn't know anything about this. Are the Kings going to win or lose tonight?
I'm putting it on to win.
Okay.
Forget the point spread.
Forget it up, straight up.
Yeah.
Kings win tonight. That's yours.
And
if that was on the line, $250,000, that's life-changing money. That's where you're going?
Yep.
Okay. Then I would.
We're going to have different lives.
I would bet on against.
Yeah.
and probably partially because even though I would lose $250,000 if the Kings won, at least the Kings would win. I'd be happy about that.
True.
Because in your situation,
double loss.
You lose the money and there's no bright side.
No beam either.
No $250,000 beam. We will take a break. When we come back, the Kings sweep the Magic this year. We've got some post game with Keegan Murray as well. We'll talk a little bit about this team, including the starters really stepping it up because the bench was dookie. We'll do all that. Not Blue Devils. We'll do all that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Monday. You're out the door to a cool start to the day. As we head through the afternoon, we're looking at a dry day, sun and clouds mixing in with temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The recent storm has caused dangerous driving conditions for us. The Arnold Law Firm has seen how a collision can turn anyone's life upside down. Be alert and stay safe. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by Fitty and Fiber, Dawson Oil Company, and Good Guys Heating and Cooling.
Discover your dream home at Subcontractors United, your source for all home improvement needs. A talented team of home services experts is ready to make your projects a breeze. No more endless internet searches. Find your contractors in one place. Enjoy stress-free service absolutely free, with no hidden costs and no accounts to set up. Transform your living space into something extraordinary. Visit Subcontractors United today and experience the joy of hassle-free home improvement. Dream big at subcontractorsunited.com.
The weather's warming up, spring is here, and so is road trip season. And if you're saying, yeah, sure, I would love to load everything up in my car and hit the road and go on a long road trip, but I don't trust my car. It's not dependable. Well, then go see my friends at Elk Grove Kia. They'll get you into something dependable and super affordable, like a brand new 2024 Kia Forte LXS for $19,988. Yep, at a time when the average new car price is over $48,000, Elk Grove Kia can get you into a brand new car for less than half of that. This car's loaded with automatic transmission, an 8-inch touchscreen with rear camera. It's got advanced driver assistance system, so it's got tech and safety. And again, this brand new 2024 Kia Forte LXS can be yours for only $19,988. Only at the #1 Sacramento Kia dealer, Elk Grove Kia, in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, and online at elkgrovekia.com. Elk Grove Kia sale price, $20,738. Kia rebate, $750. Net price, $19,988. One at this price. Stock number GK9219. Expires March 31st, 2024.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda.
Live and vocal. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Into the hands of Sabonis. To Davion Mitchell. Ahead to Keegan. Quick launch for three. Nailed it. Man, the net barely moved. It was so clean, so pure. Keegan knocking down his third, picked out his fourth triple in 5 attempts. He's now got 16 points. Back to a 1-point game. Keon comes to the left, then back on top, gives to Sabonis. Shakes in each direction, gives to Keegan, launches for three. He's got another one. Keegan Murray, playing with 5 fouls, has just hit his 5th three-pointer of the night. He's got 19 points, and the Kings have regained the lead at 96-94.
Wow.
He was great.
He was. 8 of 12, 6 of 7 from beyond the arc, 22 points.
Was his dad in attendance?
2 blocks. Yeah, Dad was in attendance. They were showing him on the TV. No turnovers, by the way.
Yeah.
Before we get into Kings and Keegan, just real quick, I wanted to talk about Jonathan Isaac.
Oh, my gosh.
25 points, 7 boards, 2 blocks, a steal, 0 turnovers on 10 of 13 in 23 minutes. He had 25 points in 23 minutes on 10 of 13. And by the way, even though the 2 blocks and the steal kind of give the they kind of give the a little bit of the story, that does not begin to tell the story of how much of a blur he is on defense.
Yeah.
And I just want to point out, Jonathan Isaac went to Florida State, obviously, and is one of my all-time favorite players at Florida State. And it's probably one of the reasons why I'm a little out on FSU NBA players is, there's been so many, but Isaac was unique. Like, that's the guy that is the guy I thought. And when he was grabbed, I want to say that was the Willie Cauley-Stein draft. I could be wrong. But when he was grabbed and the Kings didn't get him, I was so freaking disappointed. Jason, he's been in the league, weirdly enough. I won't go through it, but would it surprise you at all just at first before you do the math? Like, Jonathan Isaac's 26. Wow. He just turned 26 in October.
Wow.
Jonathan Isaac has been in the league 5 years.
And had 2 major injuries. One, I know he did get hurt against the Kings.
Yes. As a matter of fact, and by the way, I apologize. He's played 5 seasons.
Yeah, it's more like 7. Probably.
Yeah, he missed the 2021 and 21-22 seasons. In the seasons he's played 27 his rookie year, 75, 34, 11, and 49 this year. Jonathan Isaac, we talk all the time about the Brandon Roys of the world, this guy, that guy. Jonathan Isaac should be one of those guys. And by the way, 26, I hope to God, just for sports sake, that he's a 70-game-a-year player for the rest of his career, and this narrative will change. But if it doesn't, he should be in every conversation when it comes to guys who could be healthy. Mm-hmm. If they were healthy, how different would things be? He's so good.
Yes, he is.
So good. And even though I'm a diehard Kings fan and I really wish he'd have taken the night off, I couldn't help watching the game like it was the best of all worlds. Kings won, but I was also so happy to see Jonathan Isaac really showing off what he can do. It's a good story.
Yeah, absolutely. I was happy for him the way he played like that. That was great.
And before, and maybe I'm just being oversensitive here, but just before you get started, I'm also incredibly aware of Jonathan Isaac's, what some of the stuff he says off the court that people may or may not agree with. I don't want to get into any of that. I'm just saying from a sports point of view, very, very proud of him. And that was cool to see. But the Kings sweep the Magic. They go 2-1 on the road trip. Is this they sweep them last year? I know they won in Orlando.
They've got a
nice streak.
Nice streaking.
I think 5 or 6 games, maybe. We were going over that Friday. That's right. And Jason, hooray for the starters, because Malik Monk had a stinkeroonie.
Malik stunk. And I saw some people being clever about it. Which, hey, look, Orlando's a team that's rumored to be interested.
Yeah.
Or could be interested in Malik Monk. He did not play very well. I mean, 0. And at this point, we have to treat Malik like Fox and Sabonis. So to win a game when Malik Monk doesn't score would be like Fox or Sabonis not scoring.
Absolutely.
That's impressive to win that game against a playoff bound, could be a home seeded playoff team from the East, a top 4, to win in their building where they've been really good. That was impressive.
The Kings bench was 3 of 17. They had 4 guys play.
Yeah.
And they combined it for 7 points.
And what did Isaac himself have?
Isaac by himself. Kings had 7 points off the bench. Jonathan Isaac had 25. 25 in 23 minutes. Let me see here. The Kings were outscored from the bench 49-7. Mm-hmm. Now, I haven't seen the stats. I don't have them memorized from every single game this year. I'm going to guess that is the largest disparity the Kings have been outscored off the bench all season.
Yes, 100%.
I will say this. Look, it's not going to – no one's really going to, make a movie about it. But 2 blocks and a rebound, and I thought some really, really timely defense for Alex Len in 9 minutes. I don't want to completely trash the bench. Alex Len is actually – I got to find the numbers. I saw somebody post him over the weekend. Like, they're looking like in limited appearances. He's actually amongst the league leaders in this, and this. I got to find those, but he's actually kind of quietly put together some really good backup minutes this year for the Kings.
Yeah, in the beginning of the year, the Kings were going to JaVale McGee and not playing Alex Len. Now they've kind of settled on Alex Len, and the results are showing it.
31 points on 10 and 22 for De'Aaron Fox, 22 for Keegan Murray, 21, 14, 8, and a steal for Domantas Sabonis.
Yeah, just another day.
21, 14, and 8. Just
no triple-double. What a fraud.
And he will have a chance, we believe, to tie the consecutive double-double record Kevin Love's tonight against Philly. Also, Philly, it's the return of old Budrick.
That's right. Shavano healed.
Yeah.
Be in the building. He got booed pretty violently earlier this year.
I was thinking about this over the weekend. I think that reaction will be as, if not more, pronounced tonight. I think the energy's still there. You don't like it.
I don't. I don't.
I think that it is. I will say this. I think booing Buddy Hield. I just look. Take this for what you will. I think it's petty. I think it's a little unfair. I think it's over the top. And I think it's something that really, really, it's a little bit small. I 100% support all of that. And I think people should move very loudly. It's just fun to
think you had all the answers in your first statement.
Hey, buddy, screw you, pal. Come on. He asked Sacramento to perform a very personal act.
Yes.
On behalf of him. He asked that on camera. And he was really bad late in games with possessions. I mean, buddy fingers. And I think I'm like 94% sure he has a burner on Twitter that everyone's exposed now.
Yeah. It's not much of a burner.
It really isn't. It's either him, although I kind of feel like it might be a family member though, but that's a whole different thing.
But then this person kind of knows some things that even family members would know.
Yeah, there's something weird there. That's a whole fun Kings Reddit undercurrent, whatever. Also, right? The return of Bobby Jackson?
Yeah.
Hey, he will get applauded.
Yeah, maybe they'll show him on the big screen.
Yeah, if he'll be
cool.
Your head coach of the Philadelphia 76, Nick Nurse, and assistants.
They don't do assistants usually.
Oh, they don't?
Well, do they? I can't remember.
They do for the home teams.
Yeah.
Well, then let me just say to Moke, who loves it when people tell him to do his job that he's excellent at and has been for a long time, then he should be like, head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers, Nick Nurse, assistants, blah, 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 and Bobby Jackson.
You don't get better by everyone saying that you're great.
What?
You don't get better if everyone just tells you that you're great.
Always improve. Always look. I was like, is that like a Bobby Jackson-ism or something? Speaking of Bobby Jackson's coming back over the weekend. It was the anniversary. I forgot. I re-Facebooked it and everything. Greatest Facebook post ever. Bobby Jackson, I think 12 years ago now. No more toilet paper. Goodbye socks. Just the best Facebook post ever. And shows up on Facebook memories every single year. God bless him. We will take a break. When we come back, the Kings bounce back with a clutch win in Orlando. We've got Keegan Murray post-game with the G-Man and the Jiffy Lube drive of the game. 1-800-920-1140. The Jiffy Lube drive of the game. Call now if you can tell us what it was on Saturday. And, of course, you can. You got a $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube. Back with all that right here on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
What's the missing piece for the 49ers?
Which names will they add during free agency? Whether it's in season or off season, the coverage never stops. Get the latest 49ers news on Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
And now another no-brainer money-saving tip from Progressive.
That doesn't sound good.
Paper shredder is jammed, but I think I fixed it.
Oh, well, try shredding these $50 bills then.
Seems like it's working.
Better try another $400.
Stop. Instead of using money, use regular paper. And here's a better tip from Progressive on how not to waste money. Don't pay too much for car insurance. Drivers who switch and save could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Now, during Staples Print Pig Sale, get $20 off your print purchase of $100 or more, $50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. So the more you print at Staples, the more you save. To demonstrate, print at Staples, you save. But if you print at Staples, you save. See how that works? Staples Print Pig Sale. Print more, save more. Up to $100. Ends 4/6. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Hi, this is Scott Trout at Cordell & Cordell. If you're a dad who is facing divorce, there are extra layers of stress that may include stereotypes and assumptions. No two situations are the same. Our legal experience and dedication prepare us for whatever legal challenges we face together. You need a partner you can count on. For more than 30 years, Cordell & Cordell has represented men in divorce.
500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2120, Sacramento, California, 95814. Online at CordellCordell.com.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
Dr. Ken Howachek and kinesiologist Kelsey Graham discuss the Good Feet store.
The foot has a lot of detail. It has a lot of complexity. There's a lot that can go wrong. A lot of problems start in the foot and end up elsewhere. Knee pain, hip pain, back pain. When aligning the feet properly, we can see relief elsewhere. And that's the beauty of the Good Feet Arch support. It can place the feet into their ideal position and gives them the balance, the support, the comfort, and the relief of the pain. The bottom line is that the Good Feet Arch support can be a highly effective pain relief solution when nothing else has worked.
The feet have a really big impact on how the rest of the body moves. The knees, the hips, the lower back especially. If the foot isn't properly aligned, all of these joints are going to function incorrectly. That results in a lot of muscle tension and chronic pain. What I really like about the Good Feet system is that the right arch supports can put the foot in its proper alignment. So all the joints up the rest of the body will be aligned properly as well. And when the body's aligned, we can reduce the risk of injury and chronic pain.
Visit the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Modesto, Stockton, and Vacaville for a free fitting and test walk.
Hi, everyone. It's Emran Pilati, the host of the True Sports Card Show here on Sactown Sports 1140, Saturdays at 10 a.m. I'm excited about our second location at the Roseville Galleria as True Sports Cards continues our expansion. And to celebrate this day, we're excited to announce that Kevin Herter from the Sacramento Kings will be signing autographs on March 30th at 3 p.m. You can get your tickets for this event right now by going to TrueSportsCards.com, searching Kevin Herter in the search bar, and buying your ticket. Limited tickets are available, so please go to the website, TrueSportsCards.com, and get your Kevin Herter tickets right now.
By Keegan Murray for his 6 3-pointer of the game.
Okay, scale of 1 to 10, because that's really specific. Scale of 1 to 10, Dave, how confident are you?
Very.
10. Let's see if he's right.
Comes Fox to the left angle, gets to the edge of the paint, spins for the fall-away Jay. Well off target. Sabonis has it, swings it out to Keegan. Can he do it again? You bet He can. Keegan Murray with his 6th triple is going to be your Drippy Lube drive of the game. It was a second chance opportunity. Sabonis with a rebound off the missed shot to Keegan from downtown. You're listening to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross Monday morning at 7:45. Your chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area.
Sounds like Dave listened to both. Congratulations. That 10 was well placed. Of course, Dave's going to call it.
Yeah. And good for him because it was a 3-pointer, not your typical drive, right?
And he also nailed the whole 6th 3-pointer of the game. Just a little extra credit. Congratulations. $100 Jiffy Lube gift certificate, Dave, is yours. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. It's great stuff.
Well done, Dave. Good listening. Active listening.
Also, we're going to get back into the Kings here in Keegan's post game with the G-Man. You and I were talking about a little bit during the break. LSU head women's basketball coach Kim Mulkey made a statement over the weekend. There's a Washington Post article. I think Pat Forty actually originally, I think it was last week, said, I'm hearing something about somebody, and I thought it was Pat, said, I'm hearing something about an article coming out, big article about Kim Mulkey. Anyway, she made a statement. I'm paraphrasing here, but I won't paraphrase the important parts. Just simply like, this guy's been after me for 2 years. I'm not, gonna, glorify this. I'm focused on coaching, and I've hired a defamation. The one thing she said that I really focused on, she said, I've hired a defamation attorney, and if there's any falsehoods in there, I am 100% suing this person. Like, this is why people don't trust the media. And Jason, we haven't read the article. Of course, we will. But I really felt like I understand why she would do that. I totally get it. But if I was her PR guy, there's no chance in hell I let her do that for 2 reasons. And this is where I think ego gets in the way of logic. Number one, well done on giving the best possible commercial you could have for this article. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to read it now. People that didn't care before want to read it now because, oh my God, it's got to be salacious. There's got to be stuff going on. You just probably quintupled the clicks they would have had on this article.
Right.
And by the way, if it's a bombshell article, it'll do fine on its own, but you didn't hurt them is what I'm saying. That's number one. The thing I really think was the big mistake is her saying she's hired a defamation attorney. They're going to sue if there's anything, out of line. Well, you've now put yourself in a position where if we read this article and it is a bombshell and you don't sue, then it's true.
Right.
That's the assumption.
Yeah.
If there's stuff in there, God, I won't even speculate. God forbid. Oh, you know what? I will speculate. Kim Mulkey likes to smash butterflies with a hammer in the offseason. I don't know. It's something red, right? Well, she doesn't sue over that. And she just denies it. Everybody's going to say, why aren't you suing them? She's now put herself in a corner where she kind of has to act, or the assumption will be, well, you can say all this stuff, but when it comes to being under the penalty of perjury and actually doing the thing, you're not doing that. So we're all of a sudden now her denials verbally will not matter. She's now taken that chess piece off the table. They're not going to matter except to the most diehard LSU fan or Kim Mulkey fan. It's not going to matter. Now all of a sudden it's okay. Yeah, you can say you deny it all you want, Kim. We're going to need to see the lawsuit filed. So This is a coming drama. Stay tuned for. In the meantime, there's a lot of drama Saturday in Orlando. Early game for us. Keegan Murray stepped up quite a bit. If only we had maybe his thoughts after the game.
We do.
If only we had his thoughts after the game shared with a legend of the sport and in the play-by-play world.
Well, you're in luck.
What? G-Man, Keegan, right now.
I think I see Keegan coming down that way.
He's hiding behind
He has got the headset in hand, and number 13 slips on the headset. Keegan, it's G-Man. You hear us okay?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, here's more drama for the Sacramento Kings. How desperately do you feel this club needed this after the disappointment in Washington?
It was a big win for us just to be able to come back from that, regroup as a team, just compete the way we did. I felt like that was huge for our morale going into the end of the year.
This was a hard game to kind of get a grip on because neither team could get a stranglehold. Each team had separation of 8 or 9 points, but couldn't sustain it. Did it feel weird at all on the floor?
Yeah, it was one of those games where it's always close, always back and forth. Those are the games that I feel like as a basketball player you enjoy the most. So it was a good win for us.
I love the fact that you were able to stay in the game and stay on target with your 5th foul. What kind of a challenge is that late in the ball game?
I mean, it's difficult just because defensively I like to be aggressive. But Jordy said, we're going to put you in. We don't care about your fouls. Just be smart. And he trusts me, so kudos to him.
Yes, and kudos to you for tonight knocking down 8 of 12 shots and knocking down 6 of 7 from three-point range. And I know that's been a bit of a struggle of late. What does that do for one's confidence?
I mean, it helps, but I feel like I'm a guy that once I see a couple go in, I can get hot real quick, or if I make one, I can rattle off 3-4 more. So I just try to stick with it, and I know it's a long season, so just keep my head high.
You mentioned a long season. You're now in your 2nd year. What have you learned over the course of the first year plus that's helping you now on a daily basis in this tough league?
I mean, not everything's going to be perfect. I mean, I strive for perfection every day. I want everything to be perfect. But at the end of the day, you're going to go through highs and you're going to go through lows. So just try and stick with it as best as I can. And I feel like I fought through that this year really well.
Well, it's obviously a significant win for the Kings. Coach likes to break them down into 5-game sets. This was a 2-2 coming into this one, and so you win the 5-game set. That's got to feel good. I've been asking guys lately when we had a chance to talk to them, are you a scoreboard watcher?
I mean, in terms of the score, yeah. I feel like I just try and know what the game is at any point in time. So
I need to clarify. I'm talking in terms of other teams in this tight Western Conference battle.
Oh yeah. I mean, we have a thing in our locker room every day. So we know what position we're in. We have to fight every single day in practice, on the court, off the court, things like that. So you never know when the tide can change.
All right. Well, the plane ride's going to be a long one, but it's going to be a lot better than getting out of here with an L. That's 6 straight wins against Orlando. Congratulations. Thank you for your time once again.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
He is a scoreboard watcher.
Well, and after the win, technically for the moment, they moved into 6th, but then San Antonio didn't help with the Phoenix routing them, but still sets up for a really big week ahead.
One random game you may have noticed yesterday, the Lakers beat the Pacers 150 to 145, second highest scoring game, I think, of the year. Kings and Clippers fans won't care, whatever, dude. 36 for Siakam, 12, 6, and 10 on 5 of 13 for Tyrese Halliburton. 36 for Anthony Davis, who is not 0-9 versus the Pacers. But this was quite interesting. Just something to point out. The LA Lakers attempted 43 free throws last night. The Pacers attempted 16 free throws last night. Jason, remember last year when we talked about the Lakers and the fact that they attempted 387 free throws last year? Second place was the Miami Heat with 184. Kings were third, by the way, 179. 387 to 184. I want you to keep that in mind. 387 to 184 last year. The Lakers have attempted, I was going to
say that can't happen.
387 more free throw attempts than their opponents. I apologize. 387 more than their opponents last year. 181 or whatever it was, second place the Heat. This year, by the way, we still have some games left. The Lakers have attempted 420 more free throws than their opponents. Second place, the Milwaukee Bucks at 222. This is going to be the second year that they have probably doubled, if not more, whoever's in second.
It's shameful performance.
By the way, that didn't count playoffs as we go to break. Last year against the Grizzlies, the Lakers had 130 to 115 free throw attempts. That's a 6.5% advantage. Against the Warriors, 160 to 80. That's a 33% advantage. And then 107 to 81 to the Nuggets last year. That's a 14% advantage. I mean, they must drive the basket a lot.
All the time.
Forever and ever. We'll take a break when we come back. Hey, it's Bobby Brackett.
Yeah.
It's Bobby Brackett's time. Bobby, Gerald will join us from hoopobsession.com. We'll talk about the NCAA tournament next.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sactown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Flooring is your game. We'll help you win it. Because at LL Flooring, all we do is floors. You want decor?
Try.
You want plumbing?
You're out.
LL Flooring has been helping pros knock it out of the park for over 30 years. Visit one of our 400 nationwide warehouses for one-on-one service, extensive inventory, and exclusive pro pricing. Get the pro treatment you deserve. Enroll today, online or in-store. LL Flooring, every step covered.
Jiffy Lube has a special promotion going on right now. Simply purchase a Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change at Jiffy Lube and receive a $25 e-gift card from popular brands for food, gas, and more. It's that easy. Simply purchase a Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change and receive a $25 e-gift card. So basically, going to Jiffy Lube can get you a free lunch or a pizza for dinner. That's what we call added value for the consumer. That's why Jiffy Lube is #1 in the greater Sacramento area for oil changes. Visit jiffylube.com for more details and valuable coupons today.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kyle Draper here for Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. If you're an entrepreneur with a vehicle fleet, I'll tell you that outfitting your van fleet with Mercedes-Benz vans is a very smart business. Here's why. If you use it for business, you'll likely qualify for substantial tax breaks. Plus, they're rugged, sophisticated cargo haulers that you will love driving. You'll also love the way these things look with your company logo on them. And finally, it is Mercedes Madness season. That's right. Rates are available starting at 4.9% APR. Choose from any of 60 vans available right now at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton's Commercial Fleet Center next to their stunning new showroom. These folks wrote the book on what true customer service looks like. I'm a car and truck enthusiast, and I mean it when I tell you that the customer service you can expect at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is the best. Go see their beautiful new Mercedes showroom just a half hour from SAC, right off I-5, online as well at mbfstockton.com.
Hey guys, do you know your T-level? Revive Men's Health here in Sacramento is helping you take that first step toward better health and enhanced intimacy with a free testosterone level test, exam, and consultation. Plus, for this month only, qualified patients can kickstart their treatment with a free supply of ED medication. Revive's customized ED treatments can provide immediate results, restore blood flow naturally, and even bring spontaneity back into your love life. With both in-person and telemedicine appointments available, plus free shipping directly to you, Revive takes the hassle out of treating low T and ED. Having an optimal testosterone level can change your whole life, and it starts with knowing your T level. Take that first step and book your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. And kickstart your treatment with a free supply of ED medication this month only. Call Revive Men's Health Sacramento at 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Take it on the local level.
Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sactown Sports. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
As we get ready to welcome in Bob Gerald, somebody did the math, Jason, just real quick to follow up on that last segment. Since the start of last season, including the playoffs, your free throw differential leaders. These are the teams that have attempted more free throws than their opponents. In fifth place, the Boston Celtics, plus 271. This is start of last year to now, including playoffs. Number 4, Orlando, plus 311. Number 3, Milwaukee, plus 344. Number 2, the Knicks, plus 358. Please note that there's approximately an 87, I think, free throw difference between number 2 and number 5. So number 2, the Knicks, 358.
Okay.
At number 1, the LA Lakers, plus 1,017.
Come on.
Plus 1,017 and almost 700 free throw difference
from second. So that's regular season last year, playoffs last year, regular season this year.
That is correct. Wow. 700, which please keep in mind that number 2 and number 3 combined in the league, if you added them together, would be like 702. That is absolutely. By the way, the Lakers last year were 5th in the NBA in points in the paint. The Lakers this year, 2nd in the NBA in points in the paint. Let's be fair here. They're going to get to the line more than, say, Golden State, who is outside quite a bit.
Sure.
That is as if we're in a court of law and we're accusing the NBA of rigging.
Yeah.
That's our star witness right there.
Right.
Joining us right now, our star interview. An expert, if you will, from hoopobsession.com. I'm going to do this too, by the way, partially because I feel so guilty about mangling it last week. Also because I read somewhere where, like, of the most commonly said words, obsession is one of the most misspelled. So Hoop Obsession, OBSESSION.com. Go there. Seriously. It's an awesome place. You're going to learn things. Bob Gerald. Good morning, Bob. How are you?
Good. How about you guys?
Great.
We're just going over how the NBA has rigged things for the Lakers, which is something, to be honest, we've never talked about before in Sacramento.
Man, that's an amazing stat that you just read off, but why am I not surprised?
That's the thing. Nobody's surprised. Mm-hmm. And when you say an awesome stat, I know what you mean, which is really, that's a disgusting stat.
Right.
Right. But it's like, you read it and you're like, no. But it's almost like, I mean, it's not as bad. Listen, we're not talking about life or death here, but it's like, oh, hey, the amount of bloody murder weapons found at Jason Ross's house is 24. Oh, wow, that's strange. And no convictions. Like, what are we doing here?
And they've had the audacity to complain a few times after games.
Yes.
Yeah.
LeBron's like, I don't get the calls. Are you sure, guy?
Yeah.
Anyway. Bob, something interesting we were reading earlier when it comes to this tournament so far. I mean, there's certainly some storylines we're going to talk about and come up with. But when it comes to at least the seeding, so far, pretty good. Round 2 of the NCAA tournament, 15-1 were the favorites. 15-1 straight up, 11-5 against the spread. Every 1 and 2 seed has advanced. It certainly hasn't been chalk, but so far, a lot of brackets still alive.
Yeah, and it's crazy because with recency bias, one of my favorite terms, a lot of people just thought, well, last year everything, this happened, and so this year we better make sure, and so that screwed up a lot of brackets, including mine, because you know what I mean. It felt like you had to have a couple upsets in there, and then you're kicking yourself because you're like, oh man, why did I do that? These guys aren't good enough to play with some of these teams, man. The first 3 games I watched yesterday were blowout city, and then I finally got a good one there in the Houston nightcapper. So, and that was a great game. So, interesting stuff. I had a fun weekend. Hope you guys did too. Enjoying everything. And, one thing we talked about last week, and it was a big topic yesterday, was Zach Edey and, what he's going to be like. And Dave, you had asked about, why some of the players of the year in college basketball don't translate in the NBA. And I didn't give you a great answer last week, but I thought about it over the weekend. And I think what I came to was, because a lot of those guys like Luka Garza and Tyler Hansbrough, they weren't freaks. And the NBA is a league of freaks and extremes. And I think that's where Zach Edey's different from those other guys. You just can't teach his size. Someone on Twitter yesterday said, if Zach Edey was 6'10" with his skill set, he'd be just another guy. And I'm like, yeah,
right.
But he's not. He's 7'4", 300 and something. And so he's fantastic. And I was kind of blown away by Jay Wright and some of the comments he made about Zach Edey. I don't know how long you guys hung with the post game show yesterday after Houston and everything, and the day was done, and they're kind of recapping everything. And I mean, Jay Wright's throwing around. He's every bit as good as Kareem.
What?
Yeah. He said some things that I was like, wow. I like Zach Edey. I'm not sure I'm ready to throw him in there with Kareem or anything. But and he named a bunch of other players too, Ralph Sampson and some of the other great bigs that have come through. But Zach Edey, I think, again, showed yesterday just what a problem he is, especially at this level and in this tournament.
Talk with Bob Gerald here. Bobby Brackets, as we've been coined.
Yeah.
Since you watch college basketball all year, this won't be new for you. But as someone who kind of jumps in here, like a lot of people, Bob, at the end, and one thing that does jump out to me in this tournament is literally different styles of play and of approach. And you can see a team that's up and down, that's frenetic, to zone, to half court, to slow it, to pay. I mean, it's all over the place. Where I'm getting to, though, is ultimately the game yesterday that just was, I felt like on level 10 of out of control, was Grand Canyon in Alabama. There was about a 10-minute stretch where I felt like I was as stressed as I've ever been watching a basketball game, because it was crazy. And I don't know how much you got into the Lopes and the Alabama game, but that was absolutely, I thought, at some point out of control. It was football, but it was enjoyable to watch. What did you make of that particular game?
Yeah, I think that's how Grand Canyon plays.
And crazy.
They struck me the game before that as well as just kind of wild and out of control against St. Mary's. But yet somehow it works because they have such great athleticism. So it was interesting. I think Nate Oates is an interesting guy to me. The coach there is a former high school math teacher. And so he really believes in, he's got charts and different things, and really is one of the harsh believers in layups and 3-point shots only. That's his thing. He really wants to eliminate the mid-range. And, one of the things about analytics that I think people get wrong often is they think that that's what it is, that they take it to the extreme. Like, it's only supposed to be 3-point shots and it's only supposed to be layups. Well, no, that's the preferred thing, but it doesn't mean that you can't take a mid-range shot. And I think we all see that the mid-range is still something that can be a valuable part of a winning basketball recipe. So Nate Oates is a fun guy to watch, and Alabama is probably a little bit of a surprise to some people, I think.
Bob Gerald joining us from hoopobsession.com, talking brackets. I want to go back to Zach Edey because I do think it's really a fascinating storyline. I'm rooting for him. I can't wait to see him in the NBA and see how those that skill set, because I finally spent, I watched every minute of both games he's played in so far, and he's playing against the top teams, some of the top teams in the NCAA. He's also a senior, like you said, 7'4", 300, but rumor is he's grown. So like you said, in the world of freaks, Victor Wembanyama's and Chet Holmgren's and hell, I still think Kat and Kevin Durant are almost freaks with how tall and amazing they are from the outside. I'd put them in that category. It really, I have such an admiration for scouts who, by the way, get it right more than they get it wrong. I watch Zach Edey, Bob, and I go, oh my God, this guy, he maybe not the next Wembanyama or a Kareem, but God, this guy's going to come. He's going to be a double-double machine. Like, what's my comparison to Zach Edey? Oh, maybe he's a better scoring Walker Kessler, something like that. But then you and I both, we don't know, but if I had to bet, I'm thinking, odds are he's not an end-of-the-bench guy, but maybe a nice, thick role player for a team. I just don't understand how the hell they differentiate the scouts before they give the GMs their advice saying, oh, draft this guy 10th, 20th, 30th, or in the second round.
Yeah, I think you got to kind of go back and look at where he might fit in the landscape of sinners, and that's why it's so important in scouting to have an understanding of the landscape. To me, that's really the most important thing, and it's not just the guys in the NBA. There are sinners in the G League. There are sinners in Europe. When the game changed and the old school power forward kind of got phased out, the old Karl Malone. Just a big guy who couldn't really shoot threes, but had the power muscle rebounding game. That used to be your prototypical four. Well, now it's changed. And if you're a four guy, you better be able to shoot a 3-point shot or you're not going to make it. So what that did is it took all the power forwards who fit the old school beast power forward mode and kind of changed them to fives. And so now this whole landscape of fives is so huge and so big, and there's only 30 teams in the NBA. And so there's 30 spots, plus then you get into, your backups, your Alex Lynn's and your JaVale McGee's and guys like that. But I would just go back to, Zach Edey as a college player compared to some of those guys as a college player. And it's not close. He's because he is so massive. He can't be moved when he rebounds. I don't know if you were watching Purdue yesterday, you got one shot. And if you missed, he's grabbing the rebound, and that's all there is to it. And that's a big part of defense, is closing out a possession with a defensive rebound. So yeah, I'm not ready to say he's going to be a superstar or an all-star in the NBA. Although if he is an all-star at some point, I don't know that I'd be surprised.
But by the way, just to add a little cherry on top of what Bob was saying, Jason, I'm looking at a couple of mock drafts here. Zach Edey in this one is slated to go 33rd in the second round to San Antonio. That would be hilarious. And then NBADraft.net, for example, Zach Edey set to go 45 to the Knicks. So again, kind of like what you said, but it's just, Jason, it is a crapshoot.
Yeah. And I know your board will change over time, but I haven't seen yours lately. What do you know roughly off the top where you have them ranked?
I have them 11th right now, which would be a late lottery pick. And again, look at the landscape of centers. How badly did scouts screw up Nikola Jokic? He's not Nikola Jokic because he doesn't pass and shoot the three ball the way, Nikola Jokic does.
Yeah.
But if you look down through, some of your top NBA centers, Jared Allen is one of the better guys. Jonas Valanciunas. What's the difference between Jonas Valanciunas and Zach Edey? I would say he compares pretty favorably with Jonas Valanciunas, who's probably a mid-tier starter in the NBA at this point, and certainly has been higher than that in his career. I mean, if you could imagine the Kings, if you could come off the bench after Domas and have a guy like Zach Edey, that would be an upgrade, in my opinion, to what they've got right now. So, it remains to be seen, and beauty's in the eye of the beholder, as Jeff Petrie used to always say, and it'll be team need and all that kind of stuff. But he'd be a nice piece to have from where I'm sitting.
Bob, 2 rounds have been done. Obviously, things can change because in a one and done, opinions and all that it's gone, right? If somebody has a bad day. But now that you've seen kind of the 16 that are left, what would be your biggest surprise or maybe change of opinion on a team where you go, man, I thought one way about this team. They're still here, but I think differently, positively or negatively about somebody?
NC State, that's a pretty easy one, low hanging fruit there because they're an 11 seed. And I'm still not convinced that they're gonna go much further. But I didn't see them being here. So DJ Burns, the big guy, is a nice story. I thought Gonzaga's looked really sharp. Probably better than I thought they were going to be. I think a lot of people thought this was a down year for Gonzaga. But they bring in that kid, Braden Huff, off the bench, their young big man, and it looks like he's in line to be another good player for Gonzaga. And I think Anton Watson, all of a sudden he was a guy who couldn't make 3-pointers. Now this year he's shooting 40% from 3-point range, and you add that to the dimension of passing ability that he has, and just kind of the jack of all trades skills that he possesses. And I think he's a guy that NBA scouts need to reconsider now that he's shooting the ball better. He's a pretty complete player. I don't know if you guys saw the reverse alley-oop dunk that he had early in that Gonzaga game, but that was something. I was like, hey, now, so you still see flashes of different things from different players. And that's what makes all this stuff, really, really fun and entertaining to me. I think UConn's Stephen Castle, the 6'6" freshman point guard, is another guy that he was hurt early in the year. And, UConn was picked to finish 3rd in the Big East. They get this kid, And all of a sudden, you're looking at a 6'6" point guard who can defend, is athletic, and he's really added a lot to that team. It's not just Donovan Clingan and Alex Caravan and Tristan Newton, those guys. So I don't know. I think we're in for a really good Sweet 16. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. There were some great games, man. That Oregon game was another one that man, I really had a good time watching that. And Fale Dante, I think, has really improved his stock. He's another guy, if he can stay healthy, he's going to look good in the NBA uniform somewhere.
And you kind of just answered this, but let me put it in a nice clean column here. Of the teams still alive, if you're reseeding, for example, who's your number one? Like who's the team that you're just like, wow, this is who I thought they were, or this is the juggernaut? And then also, what team going in that's still alive, maybe you took some stuff down from, I don't know, Houston went to OT last night against A&M. Have you fallen out a little bit on them? Is there a team that stands out that's still in, but you go, maybe that wasn't who I thought they were?
UConn, I think, again, has just looked great. If I was reseeding, I'd have them as the number one team. I think Duke's looked better than people thought. If you were a casual and you just watched Duke, North Carolina this year, you saw North Carolina sweep Duke. And you might have thought, well, this is a down year for Duke. And then the kid with the Sacramento ties, Jaron McCain, who lived in Sacramento till the 8th grade before moving on down south, he was just spectacular yesterday.
Yeah.
I knew he was skilled, but I guess I didn't know that he could shoot it quite the way he shot it yesterday. So I thought they looked really, really fantastic. Always love watching Marquette and Shaka Smart and the energy that he brings to his team. So I think those are kind of your top teams. And again, San Diego State, I think, has surprised me a little bit. I'm not sure that they're as good as people think they are. And we'll see, because they're going to have to play UConn next. So that might be the end of the road for the old San Diego Staters.
One thing that kind of becomes a popular sports topic in general, Bobby, is length of games, time of games. For other sports, baseball takes too long, or basketball, the end of games, football, whatever it might be. Last night, it was so noticeable. It was wildly entertaining, the Houston and A&M game. But the end of regulation, from about 2:45 to the end of regulation, obviously the buzzer beater forces overtime, I thought took in real time about 45 minutes. It was incredible, from reviews, fouls, substitutions. It just, so much was going on. Now, to me, in the end, I never personally care, but I did see a few people like, how long is this game going to go on? Is that an issue at all for college basketball, do you think?
I think it is. I'm a DVR guy, man. Like I'll start a half hour or 40 minutes behind, and believe it, you could start 40 to 45 minutes behind and you will get caught up in that time frame if you skip every Capital One commercial and and when guys are at the free throw line, I'm usually give it a little quick burst, which drives my wife crazy. But I want to see if he made that free throw. So,
Yes.
we can know if you made it or not. But yeah, man, some of it takes too long. The reviews, like just having a blanket last 2 minutes, we can review anything. It's just too much of an opportunity for coaches and players to be like, everything's got to be a review, And so I would love to see them adopt the NBA's method, and let's light the lamp or do whatever we need to do a couple times, and that's it, and let's keep it moving.
Bob, Cinderella's kind of taken the year off, really. Unfortunately, you could argue that two of the bigger Cinderellas played each other in NC State and Oakland. NC State advances, and now I would say, at least by seed, unless I'm forgetting somebody, NC State and Clemson are your two air quotes Cinderellas. Here's the air quotes. They're ACC teams. So a lot of times there's a sub conversation that goes into the NCAA tournament underbelly, which is how were the conferences rated going in. North Carolina's still there. Duke's still there. Obviously, Clemson, NC State. Are the ACC the winners so far? And also, who would you say is the big loser?
Yeah, the Mountain West, I think, was looking like they were gonna. Everyone was talking about they were gonna have 6 teams in, but really, of those 6 teams, I think there was only one that was net top 20 on kenpom.com, which is a great reference site. If you're really hardcore on basketball, check out kenpom.com. They have more ratings and rankings than you can imagine. So I would say the Mountain West, I think, definitely took a hit, and the SEC probably, with Kentucky losing early, and Auburn being eliminated pretty early, I think that hurts them a little bit. But yeah, the ACC, I mean, they've come through. They've looked better than I thought they were. Again, that was kind of just, I think maybe the perception of the ACC when you see North Carolina sweep Duke and Duke looked a little bit down. I think that has a lot to do with how we all measure the ACC, because everyone just automatically thinks, well, Duke and North Carolina are two great teams and they're going to be there. But like we talked about with Clemson, we all last week, it was New Mexico's going to be the team and they were going to run through Clemson. And then Clemson had, they've got those two big kids, including that one kid, Shefflin, that I told you kind of reminds me of John Brockman. And he was making some plays yesterday. He's all over the floor. He's a former football player, and it shows out there on the court. He's just more physical than just about every other player that's out there on the floor with him. So the ACC definitely looking good. And I think the Big East has some bragging rights right now, too. They look like they're pretty strong.
Jason, just to follow up, kenpom.com. 13 of the top 14 teams, according to kenpom.com, 13 of the top 14 are still alive in the tournament.
Well, why didn't I look at that?
Auburn is the only one at number 4.
Thanks, Auburn.
Here's what's interesting. They have North Carolina. That's one of their 4 1 seeds. North Carolina ranked 9th.
Okay.
San Diego State, for example, number 17. So, woof.
Yeah.
Woof. KenPom.com.
The only one that's
KenPom.com is great. And man, like, he lists every team. He has an index of every team in Division I. And when the tournament starts, he has the highlighted teams that are in the tournament all highlighted. And man, within seconds, like the final score hits, if you click refresh, that highlight is gone if you lost. So he's got it down to 16 highlighted teams, and it's very easy to see for a stat geek like me who has a little OCD issue. I mean, it's
right.
It's definitely a sight to behold.
Wow.
Yep, that is honestly my second favorite website.
After Hoop Obsession, of course.
After hoopobsession.com, which
we'll have a little something on Hoop Obsession regarding the Sweet 16, like the 16 players you should be keeping your eye on.
Nice.
Here as we get into the Sweet 16. And I know we're slated to talk again on Friday. I wanted to let you guys know that if all goes correctly, I'll be talking to you from fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. Where I will be enjoying the Sweet 16 with all my fellow college basketball rowdies at a sports bar.
Nice.
Yes.
I hear Vegas is a fine place to watch the NCAA.
Man, I've been for the Sweet 16. I've never been for the opening weekend, and that's something I want to do at some point, is go for the opening weekend. I've been for the Sweet 16 before, and yes, it's crazy. And you get a little wager on somebody or some team, and it'll make you look at players differently too. That's one thing about, these other NBA scouts, they can't talk about, betting on guys and stuff like that. But man, you got a little money on somebody, it'll make you look at a guy a little bit differently. Make you appreciate Josh Hart more than most people do. I remember having some money on him when Villanova made their run. And I was like, I love this guy.
Yeah.
This is my guy. Playing both ends, getting steals, rebounds, doing all the dirty work. So, man, I'm looking forward to it.
And fast forward, Josh Hart, 2 19-point triple doubles in the month of March, or 19 rebound triple doubles, excuse me, in the month.
He's an interesting player, man.
I agree.
He's, it doesn't show up there. There's so many guys over the years where the traditional stats just don't show what some of these guys' value is.
I think he's actually, to me, the most fascinating player in the NBA this year, really. And once I went down that rabbit hole on Josh Hart, I'm sitting there going, dear Lord. Bob, we can talk all day, but we probably get in trouble from our sponsors. We appreciate you. hoopobsession.com. That's hoop, OBSESSION.com. We appreciate your time. We'll talk to you later in the week, and hope your brackets stay intact.
You guys have a great day.
All right,
Thank
take
you.
care. That is Bob Gerald. We are late for a break. When we come back, let's preview the Kings and Sixers. We've also got a who's hot, who's not at 8:44. We'll recap and draw up a couple of 3 in the keys. And Frankie Cartelli will join us at 9 a.m. Jason, I'm excited because I saved the research for the end. How do the Kings do? What this whole rumor, they can't play when they come home from a road trip. Well, is that a real thing, or is that a bunch of Travis Schumacher? Is that malarkey? Is that Kim Malarkey?
Yes.
Is it? We'll find out. We got the data for you. But next, Kings and Sixers on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
Harrison Barnes plays here.
Harrison Barnes drives it, hammers it. The Black Falcon soaring into the night sky on a Monday evening in Northern California.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Progressive asks, what do a late-night pizza craving,
Pizza place. Can I get 1 large pepperoni pizza?
a newly licensed teen delivery driver, a guaranteed delivery time or its free offer, and your front fence have in common?
Uh-oh.
That's my fence! They can turn your stomach upside down in under 30 minutes.
I'm still getting a tip, right?
Bundle your home and auto with Progressive for great savings and round-the-clock protection.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SactownSports.com.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by Fitty and Fiber, Dawson Oil Company, and Good Guys Heating and Cooling.
Taste on a whole new level at Sky River Casino in Elk Grove. Enjoy the height of hospitality, whether you're craving an upscale steakhouse, authentic Chinese hot pot and dim sum, or having a refreshing beverage while watching the game. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Kevin Lewis of National Garage Door. Whether you need to repair a broken spring, install a new opener, or buy a quality Rainer door, National Garage Door is here for you. Call us today to see how we can transform your house with a new garage door.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
Discover your dream home at Subcontractors United, your source for all home improvement needs. A talented team of home services experts is ready to make your projects a breeze. No more endless internet searches. Find your contractors in one place. Enjoy stress-free service absolutely free, with no hidden costs and no accounts to set up. Transform your living space into something extraordinary. Visit Subcontractors United today and experience the joy of hassle-free home improvement. Dream big at subcontractorsunited.com.
National Ping Club Fitter of the Year, Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is introducing the straightest, most forgiving Ping driver ever with the new Ping G430 Max 10K driver. A fixed back weight, Ping's largest head profile, and a carbon fly wrap crown help G430 Max 10K launch the ball higher with less spin for consistently longer and straighter results. Schedule your fitting and see for yourself at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue to Cap City Freeway, or online at HagenOaks.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. Now, I've told you this before, but this is what we call extending a good deal. Right now, American Energy Heat and Air is offering an HVAC diagnostic for $99. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Never mind. They're offering it free. It's a $99 value, but you get it for $0. Let the American Energy team test your system connections and all the moving parts of that system to ensure that it's functioning properly. Now, this is a limited time offer, expires March 31st. Call today to schedule your appointment at 916-520-9990. Speak to the company that has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau that's been making the greater Sacramento area proud since 1981. 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Right now, the sewer system is probably the last thing on your mind. And that's okay, because at the Sacramento Area Sewer District, it's our first priority. If you have a sewer problem like a slow drain or a backup, call us first, day or night.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
Just found out something about Simone I didn't know.
What's that?
She is now officially in a very specific category of people with me. Not disappointed. It's not a bad category. It's just a category. And you'll understand the category I'm about to say when I say it.
I'm not understanding right now.
She is in the minority of people.
Careful.
I know, right? When you show them something on your phone, they have to grab the phone and look at it.
Oh,
yeah. You know those. You know how that works.
I would rather them grab the phone.
God, no.
Those people.
Yeah. The phone grab. She's a phone grabber. Our general manager, phone grabber.
Really? But like if you're showing someone a video, I don't want to hold it for you the entire time.
If it's a video, maybe you prop it up or something.
Excuse me, I would like to object.
Okay.
You were showing me an article and I needed to get up real close and read it.
It was a headline.
It was a headline. It wasn't like a footnote.
I wish you weren't a liar.
I don't know why, like, anybody can look at my phone. I don't have anything.
Touch!
See, the problem I have is when you show them a picture and they're like, oh, okay.
And then they
start swiping like, okay.
That's
all right,
my
stop.
mother. My mother will do that. And there's all kinds of worse nightmares than that one. But yeah, where they just never grab something. Don't ever mess with somebody's stereo.
Is that still a thing?
Oh, God. Whether it's in the car or at the house. We're playing cards on Saturday night. Got one of the games on. And my buddy, who the other couple we play with, he busts out the whole, hey, if after the game we're gonna listen to music, I have a request for the music. And I go, what? And he goes, it's blah, blah, blah playlist on Spotify. And I'm like, oh, yeah, dude, no problem. That's my outer monologue. My inner monologue is, yes. Like, come on, man. When we're at your house.
Have you ever suggested that?
No.
You can add it to the queue.
I don't add nothing to the queue. It's my home
Wait,
field
you don't
advantage.
take any requests?
No, Simone, I take all the requests and I play them. What I'm saying is,
put it in the suggestion box.
My inner monologue is like, no, dude, because now I have to play your crap.
Yeah, but now do you feel the freedom when you go there, when you're the road team?
I don't.
You go,
no.
Hey, you did this in my house.
Two wrongs don't make a right.
He gave you the freedom. He opened the door.
You could have said no.
Yeah, but then I'm that's impolite. That's mean. I can't say no.
So just saying it to thousands of people afterwards.
So it was opera, and you're like, "This is fine."
It was, and to be honest with you, it was a playlist that
I liked.
I have a playlist that shares a lot of the same songs. It's like reimaginings of hit songs. So there's a girl that sings like this
gross,
this haunting version of "Fortunate Son" by CCR, or I like it when people reimagine songs.
Oh, so it's all like the horror movie.
A lot of it,
songs.
Yeah, you're right. Like the Beetlejuice one and all that. Like it's always when they do it well, I like it. But just don't mess with somebody's music at their house or in the car. Just don't do it, and don't grab somebody's phone and scroll through it.
I can't believe you're putting me in that category.
You,
I didn't even know that was a thing.
You know what? You're young. You learn it. It's fine. Now you're not a scroller. You're a grabber. It's fine. A grabber, not as bad as a scroller, but a grabber. That happened.
Did I take the whole thing? Okay, you came
over. You
took
the whole thing.
Okay. All right.
Sixers Kings tonight. Kings have lost 10 in a row to the Sixers.
So what? Who cares?
At 5 of those were without Joel Embiid, who will not play tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. So would the Kings have a better chance if they played?
I don't know. Half and half. But there was a game. It was either Luke Walton's last game or Alvin Gentry's first game.
Yeah.
They played Philly here, and not only was Embiid out, the entire starting 5 was out.
And they beat us.
Uh-huh. They didn't have Embiid. They didn't have Oubre. They were missing, I think, another player or two, and they smoked the Kings. They've had all sorts of trouble with Philly.
Do you think it's a Daryl Morey versus Monty McNair thing where he's like, "Hey, kid, nice try with your team," air quotes.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Stupid vest.
Yeah.
I got you.
Philly hasn't been playing that great since Embiid went down. I mean, they're in the play-in situation in the East, but they had a great win yesterday against the Clippers.
They did. They got the win.
Yeah.
And some might say, okay, end of a road trip. You got a win last night.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't looked at the odds tonight, but I would expect the Kings
have got to be favored.
I mean,
want to play the game? If you haven't looked,
I've not looked.
So why don't you play then
all
today?
Right. Okay, let's all play. Hey, phone grabber, why don't you grab a microphone here? Let's do a 4-way odds guess here. Tonight, Kings, Sixers, and yeah, since I never play, I'll set the mark here. I will say Kings are favored. I feel like the Kings should be favored by 3.5, but because of the trends and Vegas looks at those, I'll say the Kings are favored by 1.5.
I'm going to go Kings 4.5. That might be high. Yeah, I'll leave it.
Kings 5.5.
Wow.
And I will take the 4.5, please.
For the Kings?
5.5 for Verlaud, 4.5 for the two of you, 1.5 for me.
Watch Philly's favorite.
Seriously. I never understand these things. The Philadelphia 76ers are your underdogs.
Yeah.
The Kings are favored by 9.5.
No.
Wow.
Hold on a second, guys.
You have somewhere to go?
I got to make a quick phone call.
Wow. 9.5. They just played somebody way worse than Philly and were favored by less. Wow. Okay.
The Kings.
Well, it's going to be like a 10 o'clock start to the 76ers over here.
There's the text. Yeah. Wow. My friend
is all in.
Is putting a stupid amount of money on the Philadelphia 76ers. I don't blame him. Wow. Now, look, nothing's ever guaranteed. Maybe the Kings win. Maybe the Kings have look what they did to the Bucks earlier.
Sure.
Maybe there's a nice 30-point win tonight. 9.5? Why'd my voice do that? Because
You're stunned. I'm stunned.
I am 9.
When I said 4.5, I think I went too high. I wanted to go back down to 3.5.
I thought you were high. I honestly thought 1.5, but I could see 3.5.
Yeah.
When you said 4.5, I agreed.
I thought that was too high.
Then Chris comes in with a 5.5. I'm like, oh, he's just having fun.
Yeah.
9.5.
Wow.
I mean, okay. I got to make a call. We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot, who's not? Let's do a 3 in the key as well and recap our 3 in the key from the Kings and Magic. I already have a random stat, by the way. The Kings are favored by 9.5.
Random.
Frankie Cartelli will join us at 9 a.m. where we will answer the question, are the Kings really bad when they come home from a road trip, or is that a myth? We'll talk about that and more next.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
And here's Purdy going to throw one deep, wide for Debo. Made the catch on the back shoulder. Touchdown! San Francisco!
And a back shoulder banger for Debo Samuel.
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
Dr. Ken Howachek and kinesiologist Kelsey Graham discuss the Good Feet store.
The foot has a lot of detail. It has a lot of complexity. There's a lot that can go wrong. A lot of problems start in the foot and end up elsewhere. Knee pain, hip pain, back pain. When aligning the feet properly, we can see relief elsewhere. And that's the beauty of the Good Feet arch support. It can place the feet into their ideal position and gives them the balance, the support, the comfort, and the relief of the pain. The bottom line is that the Good Feet arch support can be a highly effective pain relief solution when nothing else has worked.
The feet have a really big impact on how the rest of the body moves. The knees, the hips, the lower back especially. If the foot isn't properly aligned, all of these joints are going to function incorrectly. That results in a lot of muscle tension and chronic pain. What I really like about the Good Feet system is that the right arch supports can put the foot in its proper alignment. So all the joints up the rest of the body will be aligned properly as well. And when the body's aligned, we can reduce the risk of injury and chronic pain.
Visit the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Modesto, Stockton, and Vacaville for a free fitting and test walk.
Jiffy Lube has a special promotion going on right now. Simply purchase a Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change at Jiffy Lube and receive a $25 e-gift card from popular brands for food, gas, and more. It's that easy. Simply purchase a Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change and receive a $25 e-gift card. So basically, going to Jiffy Lube can get you a free lunch or a pizza for dinner. That's what we call added value for the consumer. That's why Jiffy Lube is #1 in the greater Sacramento area for oil changes. Visit jiffylube.com for more details and valuable coupons today.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
We're recording this Progressive commercial on a real boat to let people know that when you bundle your home, boat, and other vehicles...
What was that, Bo?
Progressive saves you money, Jamie!
Why are we doing this on a boat?
We were going for authenticity!
We're going to the city?
Authenticity!
You mean Atlantic City? But we're not in the Atlantic! Are we?
Bundle your home and other vehicles with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Ball forward, take your base.
The only thing worse than a pitcher running out of gas on the mound is your old phone running out of storage for your photos in the stands.
Goodbye, home run.
Switch to Verizon and get a great deal on a new iPhone 15 Pro with tons of storage for all the ballpark pics you want. Just trade in your iPhone, any model, in any condition, so you'll feel like you're winning, even when your team's not. Trade in any iPhone in any condition for a great deal on iPhone 15 Pro with Unlimited Ultimate and get iPad and Apple Watch SE with eligible service plan. Only on Verizon.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com. HumorousBeers.com.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
What's who's hot? It's just the whole thing now is in my head. I never noticed. What's hot, says the voice guy, but we say who's hot.
Yeah.
So should we have the voice guy change it to who's hot, who's not? Or should we just change it to what's hot, what's not on the show? Let's take a shot. Christopher Lott. Voice guy changes to who's hot from what's not, or we change from us saying who's hot to what's hot.
What was the origination?
Actually, if you hear that again, I think because it's sponsored, I think it said what's hot, but then the voice guy says who's hot. There's two different voices in there.
Wait, what?
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy.
Did maybe they marry What's on Tap accidentally?
Maybe.
The old segment?
Maybe.
I like how Chris is really putting a lot of thought into this, though, like legitimately. He's like, what do we change?
What's hot incorporates more.
Yeah,
like
because
it could be a team, a sport.
That's a good point.
Now you tell me.
I mean, I could be. Yeah, that's a good point. Gives Chris more to choose.
But I think when they've done who's hot, he might go the Houston Astros.
But isn't who's hot, who's not the thing? Isn't that what's like on in the world is what's said? Who's hot, who's not?
Yeah.
No, that sounds like a song from the 70s.
When you're hot, you're hot.
Yeah. When you're not, you're not.
Yeah.
All right, we'll figure it out. Hey, who's hot? Who?
What's hot?
What's hot?
The U.S. men's soccer team.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Let me hear if you've heard this before. The United States beat Mexico 2-0
They did.
in the CONCACAF Nations League finals.
That's 2-0, by the way.
I know you call it 2-0. The U.S. is also unbeaten against Mexico in the past 7 matches, outscoring them 12-3.
Ownage.
I had not heard that before. Quite the goal, by the way. It was about 30 yards out.
Probably further.
2 clicks.
Further. But you forgot the rest of the story from that game.
And that's
leave that out.
Which was?
Can I give a preview of your who's not? If this is really your who's not, I apologize. But how about the Mexican fans?
Oh my God!
Who were once again chanting a homophobic slur? And didn't they they stopped the game? Like they canceled the rest
Twice.
of it or something?
No, they didn't cancel it.
Oh, I thought they so twice.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's this big thing because they won't stop doing it, and then they stop the game down, and there's no real way to penalize them except for boot the team out of the competition a couple times, and then they'll figure it out because they'll just start.
They won't do that,
but they won't do that because apparently Mexico's this huge cash cow for CONCACAF, and they will not do that. So they're just basically, it's just gonna happen forever.
Please stop.
Please don't stop, or I'll say stop again. What was that from? Is that a Sylvester? Wait, hold on. That's, oh my God, gonna pull this out of my rear end. Stop, or I'll say stop again. Isn't that from the Sylvester Stallone movie? It bombed. It was something about him and his mother.
Stop, or my mom will shoot.
Okay, that's not what it's from then. That's the title. Crap. All right, who's not? Other than me pulling things out.
Hello. Wow.
We can see from your history there, Dave, that you aren't good at that. The Toronto Raptors are not.
Phone. They're not hot. Why is that?
The Kings beat them on Wednesday. Then you could add 2 more losses to the tally with a loss to Oklahoma City and the Thunder. They have lost 10 in a row. They also lost to the second worst team in the league, the Washington Wizards. Imagine losing to them.
Whoever does that.
Who does that? Wizards. I haven't seen a wizard lose like that since Voldemort. Lost to Harry Potter in the last movie when the wands.
I know you like Harry Potter.
By the way, in the world of my stupid brain, stop, or I'll say stop again, is a line from Robin Williams' Live at the Met, where he says, in England, if you commit a crime, the police will say stop, or I'll say stop again.
We're so close to Sylvester Stallone.
And then I mangled it with the title of the. Yeah. All right.
So you thought the title of the movie was "Stop or I'll Say Stop Again"
with Sylvester Stallone.
So close.
And was the mom in it? The mom from Throw Mama from the Train? Probably not. It was either that or Estelle Getty.
It was Estelle Getty.
It was Estelle Getty.
Yeah. The mom from Throw Mama from the Train. I don't know who that was. But you're so close.
She was iconic.
Yes.
Also from Goonies. She was the mom from Goonies. One more thing for you based on the Lakers free throw disparity we've been talking about.
Sure.
So we told you that the difference between the Lakers shooting free throws, including last year and the playoffs and this season, as opposed to their opponent, is plus 1,017. If you added places 2, 3, and 4 together, they're not 1,017. Excuse me, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Here's something interesting from HP Basketball Online. Well, it's because they're driving to the hole all the game, right? And the paint and all that. Yeah. The Lakers are 27th in drives per game this season. They are 22nd in paint touches in the NBA this season. But hey, they're down on the floor all the time in the paint. It's not a conspiracy, says Laker fan 6903. 3 in the key. King. Stop! Or I'll say, stop again. Jason Ross. It's just right there.
All right. So from Saturday's game, we asked for the 2 guys that were drafted 4 picks apart, number 1 and number 4, 3 picks apart, I guess. Paolo and Keegan Murray points. Dave, you said 33 for Paolo, 11 for Keegan. I said 29 for Paolo, 16 for Keegan. Chris said 24 and 19. The correct answer was 22. 22. Yeah, yep. Chris is closest. Chris for the win.
Lied with the win. 1 point.
This one, we asked which Kings college would still be alive when we're back on Monday.
Oh, I'm sure I nailed this one.
Dave, you said Domantas Sabonis and Gonzaga. Correct.
Didn't want to go with the obvious.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Neither did I. And I said Davion Mitchell, Baylor. And Chris is right. He said he would nail it. He said Mr. Ford, off the bench, Jordan Ford, St. Mary's.
Yeah, St. Mary's. Come on, Gales.
What a dumb, stupid call.
I agree.
Terrible.
So let's get to our random stat. Dave, you said there would be the return of Sasha, and he would get at least 1 3-pointer. That did not happen. No return and no 3-pointer.
Come on, Sash.
I said
Wait,
we
what's
would.
his other name?
Oh, yeah, Sahas.
Sahas Castillo.
S-A-H-A-S.
Yeah, Sahas Vazenkov. Mr. Vazenkov. I said there would be another overtime game with the Kings in Orlando.
You were very close to nailing that.
Way off.
Title. Yeah,
Yes.
you were.
And Chris said there would be a combined swing of 33 points from the largest lead in one team. The largest lead was 9 and then 8. 17.
It's just 17.
No double-digit leads.
Almost double or half.
Doesn't even feel like a Kings game.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
What in the HE double hockey sticks is going on in Florida?
Yes. Stop, or I'll say stop again.
Stop, or I'll say stop again. Re-rack John Tesh.
Yes.
Let's go tonight. Kings. Sixers. This time, it's for real. Jason Ross.
So try to break a 10-game losing streak against Philly. Malik stunk the other night, right?
Yes. Malik stunk.
No points. Nothing. So we got to get, and he had a great tweet after the game. I loved Malik. That's awesome.
He ripped himself.
He was like, could throw the ball in the ocean, but let's light this.
Still lighting the blankety beam.
Yeah. So tonight we've got 3 parts of Malik in this first category. Malik's threes, points, and assists. We want his stat line there. So threes, Dave, points, and assists for Malik.
Well, the problem is that Philly's it's Orlando, Philly, and San Antonio are the 3 major rumored ones to grab him. So is he going to tank on purpose like he did against the Magic? I don't think he can let himself do that. So you said threes, give me 4.
Okay.
Points, give me 21.
Assists,
give me 6.
Okay. I have 4, 27, and 7.
Ooh.
Chris?
I'll take 3.
No.
21.
No.
And 4.
Wrong.
All right. In his return, yet again, Shavano, Buddy Hield. 3-pointers and points for Buddy Hield.
Gross.
Give me 4 and 17.
I have 5 and 19. Chris?
I'm going to say 2-9.
Boo.
Boo.
Getting booed. Dave, random stat.
I will get, this is honestly a random stat because I've been talking about it all day.
Random.
The Sacramento Kings will win tonight. Because I honestly do not think that's going to happen.
Favored by 9.5, some say.
I hope they prove me wrong. I really, truly, honest to God. Well,
Wait,
why wouldn't
what?
I? Wait.
They want to prove you wrong? You just said they will win.
I know. I'm saying that's my random stat. I don't think they'll win. And then I said I hope they prove me wrong. I hope they win tonight, to be very clear.
But that's what you're going with. Kings will win.
Kings will win tonight. That's going to be my random stat.
Mine is Fox double digits in the fourth quarter.
Ooh, I hope you're right.
Fourth quarter Fox. Chris?
Sahas Castillo will play in the game and score a 3-pointer.
Okay.
I hope you're right. Let's go, Kings. Yay. Shoot the ball the right way.
Let's go.
When we come back, speaking of Kings and speaking of tonight and speaking of returning from a home or
good speed.
Frankie Cartelli, he will join us, Sacramento Sports, Sactown, whatever. He writes things. He will join us and we will answer the question, or try to at least.
Who's hot?
Who's not? What's hot? What's not?
Okay.
And are the Kings not hot when they return home from a road trip? That seems to be the myth.
I'm confused.
Is it a myth? Is it a legend? Or is there something to it? We've got the numbers for you next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
At LL Flooring, we've been a trusted partner to pros for over 30 years. With over 400 nationwide warehouses full of in-stock, job-ready inventory, you'll get what you need. And our exclusive pro pricing means that pros never pay retail. Because at LL Flooring, all we do is floors. So we're going to do it right. Sign up for a free pro account today to start getting pro benefits.
Live in concert every single day. Friday, April 12th, 7:30 p.m. The venue at Thunder Valley. I'm crazy, but I have a special guest, The Elevators. On sale at ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Dirty Heads Live. Rescue me.
The sewer system. It's probably the last thing on your mind, and that's okay. Because at the Sacramento Area Sewer District, it's our first priority. As the region's largest sewer utility, we own and maintain thousands of miles of sewer pipe. And our job is to get to your sewer problem before it interrupts your life. So whether you've got a slow drain or a backup, call us first, day or night. The Sacramento Area Sewer District. It's a dirty job, but we're happy to do it.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your flagship station for the Beam team.
Should we light the beam? Light the beam, baby.
Sactown Sports. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Frankie on the phone. Frankie Click, Sactown Sports, Kings Insider. Good morning.
Wow, good morning. That was a great musical number to start the week.
Yes.
I made you a jingle. Do you like it?
Alan Stiles says he's the jingle king, but I've yet to hear Alan Stiles create a jingle. You can ask him at the media table. Jason, you might have been there.
I was there when he said that.
He really said that.
Okay.
No jingles. No jingles.
Let me ask you something, because I put my money where my mouth. Now first Draper stealing my popcorn bit. Now Draper, or now Alan's the king of the. Frankie, throw out a random product, food, anything, just anything.
Random
literally
product.
Anything. First thing.
Do you have a preference on what it would?
Nope.
No,
I don't care.
Okay, how about one thing everyone loves, Dasani water.
Dasani water. It's so good. Drink it all day and you'll feel better. I'm not lying. Dasani, it's the best. Boom, top of my head. Was it an A? No. Was it a B minus? B? Perhaps. Let's see Alan do that. Friday Fun and Games. How about come up with a jingle on the spot for this thing? Get Alan to do that.
You persuade me that Dasani is good when I actually think it's horrible. So I think that's,
It worked.
We're manufactured by Coca-Cola. Just ignore that. They are.
Factual.
Franklin, Delano, Cartelli, I want to point something out to you here.
That's my grandpa's name, by the way.
Is it really?
That's really my grandpa's name.
Is it Franklin Delano?
It's Franklin Delano.
Yeah, that's awesome. Wait, so he was was he born like? Now, he wouldn't have been born during the FDR, but like obviously his parents had to have lived through FDR, right? So that would have been the thing.
He was born, I think, 37. So
yeah. Oh yeah, he was born right in the middle.
I think that's right in the middle. Yeah.
And were you was Franklin kind of after your grandpa?
Yeah, both grandpas are named Frank, which is the funny thing. Both grandpas named Frank.
So weirdly enough, you're kind of named after FDR.
I guess.
Yeah, extended.
I guess not the same middle name.
Right, but if for example the president during World War II was Billy Bob Johnson Smith, then we could very well be talking to Billy Cartelli.
Yeah, apparently Carmine was the leader. My dad watched a lot of Sopranos, I think, so that's probably why. But stuck with Frank. I'm okay with Frank.
Oh, that sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Who's not hot? That decision. Carmine Cartelli is amazing.
You'd have conquered the world by now.
Carmi clicks.
I think so. I'd be wearing nice, Italian suits to every game while I'm covering the Kings.
Well, you've covered every game this year, including all their home games. And I want to lead off because I've been waiting all day for this. So the whole thing about the Kings and how they do when they return home from a road trip. So we did the math here. They have played, I believe, 12. And we're going to go through this real quick, guys. So, Jason, you're great with numbers. Just do me a favor. Keep a running record, would you? Okay. The first game they played after being on the road was Friday, October 27th, fellas, against Golden State after opening on the road versus Utah. They lost. Okay. That's 0-1. We're going to stick by that rule. It'll help the Kings in the future. Trust me. Their second game after being on the road, their first home game back against Portland. They won 121-118 in overtime. Back on the road, nice long trip. They come back. They play Golden State in that emotional game. They won 124-123. So we're 2-1 right now, Jason? Okay.
Yep.
We keep going at Phoenix, and then they come home. They play Brooklyn.
That's a W.
That's a W. 131-118. Let's go eat a W. They go on the road. They play the Clippers again, just a one-game trip. Lost to the Clippers, 119-99. Come back, Oklahoma City.
That's a W.
That's a W. 128-123. Next road trip, a 3-gamer. They come back, easy. They play Charlotte.
Oh, clunker.
111-104. They lose to Charlotte at home. Back on the road. Nice 5-game trip. They come back. Right after the trade deadline, no Pascal Siakam, no Tyrese Halliburton. Indiana Pacers, they lose 126-121. Where are we at now, Jason?
4-3. They lost the first, won 4 in a row. Now they've lost 2 in a row.
7-game road trip. They come back. Their first game at home. The Detroit Pistons.
Oh, man. 3-game losing streak.
133-120.
So 4-4.
They go back on the road. They come home. They play San Antonio, and they win 127-122. There's a sequel in a second. Then they play the Clippers in LA. They win 123-107. They come back and play the Jimmy Butlerless Miami Heat.
Loss 5-5.
121-110. They go on a road trip. Denver, Minnesota. They win in Minnesota in overtime. Come back and play the Bulls. And they lose 113-109. Last time they went on the road before this trip, they beat the Lakers. They come back. They play San Antonio in their first home game. They steal that one, but a win is a win, 131-129. Jason Ross, what is their record?
6 wins, 6 losses.
6 wins and 6 losses. Now, I would submit to you this. Of those 12, I want to say 7 are under 500 teams, I believe, including Charlotte and Detroit. And those 7 of 12, obviously all 12 were played at home. 6-6 on what I would say. And by the way, Indiana in there shorthanded, Miami in there shorthanded. They now come back and play a team that they have lost 10 in a row to. 5 of those 10 are without Joel Embiid. They are above 500. They were on a 3-game road trip. Frankie, is there any part of you that sarcastically believes the Kings have any chance to win a ball game tonight based on what we just showed you?
Based on what you guys showed me, I mean, to me, it kind of adds into the fact that I'm looking at like the recency part of it, how they've played very well at home as of late. I mean, obviously, the losses that we talked about, I mean, I don't think we got to these losses yet, but the Houston loss, the Knicks loss, those are losses I think that a lot of fans can live with. When you look at what the Rockets are doing, who they're not losing to anybody, they're right back there in the playoff race. The Knicks have one of the best defenses in the league, and that was really just a hard-nosed game, which I know that we've talked about. The officiating was a little suspect that night. I think Katie even came on with you guys and said it was the worst officiated game that she's seen, and she's seen a lot of basketball. So those last 2 losses at home are ones I can live with, and the wins are big. I mean, you beat the Lakers, you beat the Bucks, you take care of Memphis. These are games that you need to win at this time of the year, and I'm looking at a game like tonight. Again, we talk about Philly, and they're above 500 on the year, yes, but really this team's form is a sub 500 team. I think that they're 10-15 without Joel Embiid this season. And, obviously yesterday they proved they can beat anybody on any given night. They handled the Clippers yesterday, and that kind of adds into the theme of a shorthanded team on a back-to-back. They've been playing poorly, coming into Sacramento to play a Kings team who has a day off yesterday, and they're opening up their homestand. So all the narratives suggest that it should be another disappointing night for the Kings, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that this team is turning a corner at this time of the year. Their defense really has reflected that. They've been a much better defensive team. That's been important. The offense has still been fine. Obviously, last night was a bounce-back game for them after some down 3-point performances. But it was kind of like what happened last year. The team turned things up as the playoff race heated up, and I'm seeing a different-look team than I saw a couple weeks ago. That's kind of how I'm viewing it, and I'm optimistic. I think that this is the time for the Kings to really kind of push things into gear, and this is the last big homestand of the year, 4 games, and big week. Got to take care of business, and tonight I think it's a preferable opponent for the Kings. Hopefully they can finally take advantage of it for once.
Yeah, Frankie, wanted to ask you about playing better now. I mean, statistically, 2 areas are dramatically better here since the All-Star break, for one, defensively, and really even locking in on March, and specifically free throw shooting. So if those were 2 trouble spots during the year, they're much better at them right now. And, again, tonight, if they do win, now you're a season-high 13 above 500, setting up just 2 massive games against Dallas. So I know they'd rather have a bigger cushion, but I think right now, big picture, it does feel like they're playing some of their best basketball.
Yeah, and the timing of it is everything. I mean, especially at a time where the Kings are playing their most shorthanded that we've ever seen this group. Kevin Huerter, who's been playing big minutes for them over the past year plus, Trey Lyles, Sasha Vezenkov's missing time. They're down a couple of guys in the rotation and taking steps forward at the free throw line, which was, as we all know, they were ranked dead last in free throws up until the month of March started, and they've turned that corner. And the defensive end's really been just a game changer for this group. It gives them really a different identity when they're able to slow things down and create stops. And just looking at the recent streak of I think the past 7 games, they're 5-2 over that span. They're outscoring opponents by 7.5 points per game. They're holding teams to 102 points per game, which is just crazy for a team that really was allowing nearly 120 points per night. Over that past 7 games, they're ranked 2nd in the NBA in steals per game. So they've turned it up there, obviously, with De'Aaron Fox continuing to, I think he's ranked 2nd or 3rd on the NBA leaderboards in steals right now. Keon Ellis, his emergence in the rotation has changed the way this team can can adapt to switches, and the anticipation defense is a lot better. So just the personnel is there. It's gotten a little bit better with Keon having an increased role. And again, it's at a time where they needed to make it happen. If they were never going to make these adjustments at the free throw line and the defensive end, it was going to be a rough stretch of the playoffs. But if this is going to be who they're actually going to be over the final 12 games, then I think that they're in a very, very good position.
Frankie Cartelli joining us. Yeah, I mean, but are we at the point where do we care where they're seated as long as they're in? I mean, have they not proven to us this whole year that as long as it's a good team, they'll play well? And like, honestly, the worst seeding would be if there was some like tournament where all they played was crappy teams, like they'd be out in the first round. Like, how do we even predict or try to feel where this team is?
I don't know if there's even like really a way to predict that, I guess, to that point, but I would say that avoiding the play-in my opinion, from someone who has had a baseball team card games in the past when there was single elimination, obviously the Kings are the 7-8, they have two cracks at it, but that's just something I feel like you really want to avoid and kind of take advantage of that extra rest. I do think that last year, for both teams, the Kings and the Warriors, it was nice that both teams had that week to kind of get ready and get situated, and I think that that's huge for a playoff series, especially if the Kings are playing against the Minnesotas or the Denvers or so forth. I think that having that week to kind of get that familiarity and get just acclimated with who you're going to be facing is really important. So avoiding the play-in to me, I think, is the biggest goal right now. The 6 seed's right there. You've essentially a 3-team race for that spot, and you're facing the teams that are around you. Two games against Dallas this week. You can pick up 2 whole games on Dallas, who they're tied with right now. You got the Pelicans, who still are within arm's reach at 5. I think they're 2.5 games ahead of the Kings right now. And then you have a huge game against Phoenix in about a week and a half. So I think that the most ideal scenario for the Kings is to avoid the play-in. But I mean, you're right. I guess it doesn't matter who they're facing. If they win the 7-8 game and they face whoever those teams I named, I think it's good for the Kings no matter what. Because like you said, they do play at their best against the best, and it's a frustrating thing that you see the Kings lose to Washington on the road and turn around and beat a very good Magic team on their home floor. But that's just who the team is at this point, and I think it's a good problem to have. And you'll get the fact that I think of the 12 remaining games the Kings have, 9 of them are against above 500 teams. So maybe a good part of the schedule is coming at a good time for them.
Frankie, on Saturday's win, I was impressed for multiple reasons. One, the bounce back. Again, they've had a bunch of bad losses this year, but to their credit, they have found a way to come back and win the next game. A lot of times they did that with Orlando, a really good team. They get the season sweep of them. But I was telling Dave earlier, the year that Malik Monk has had, I feel like we have to treat him like we do Fox and Sabonis. So if you win a game against a great team on the road and you get 0 points from Malik Monk, I think that's one heck of a win. I'm not even slightly worried about Monk, but just how about that? The fact that they won that game like that, and then kind of what your expectations are for Monk tonight.
Well, it speaks to the growth that you're seeing from some of the guys. Like, I think Keon Ellis was the player that stepped in and had a career night, scoring the ball and knocking down 3-pointers, creating off the dribble. He had a really impressive step back late in the game. I think it was on Paolo Banchero that kind of put the Kings in a position to win the game, and that's going to be needed. If Malik Monk, who really is the Kings' second leading scorer behind De'Aaron Fox, if he's not on his game, someone else has to kind of pick up that scoring. And when Kevin Huerter was playing, you kind of hope that one of those two would get going. One of those two guards would get going. And now that Kevin's out, that really does kind of magnify the importance of Malik Monk. And the numbers reflected too. The Kings this season, they're 18-7 when Monk scores 20 or more. That's I think a 70% winning percentage. So real important for him to keep going. And that just kind of also speaks to the value of him when Fox is off the floor getting rest. Malik Monk and De'Aaron Fox do have very similar skill sets as far as what they can do with the basketball, getting into the paint and getting to the free throw line, knocking down threes now since that's a part of Fox's game. But Malik, it's very rare. That's his first scoreless game since I think October 22nd, 2022. So the first week of last year, that's his first scoreless game. So it doesn't happen very much, and I'd imagine we will not see the same thing tonight. And the guy who's averaging 20 points per game over the past month, I think that he'll come back and do what he does best tonight.
Kings insider Frankie Cartelli joining us. By the way, Kings Knicks at Madison Square Garden has been upgraded to a TNT game now, so the Kings get a national game back. They lost earlier in the year. Frankie, I don't know, you've probably been following this fun stuff online today. It's let's look at how scammy the NBA is day on Twitter. We talked about this earlier. The Lakers' free throw disparity since the start of last year, including the playoffs, they have shot 1,017 more free throws than their opponent. The Knicks are second at 358. The Bucks are third at 344. Orlando fourth at 311, followed by Boston at 271. If you add up second, third, and fourth, it does not equal the Lakers' disparity. On top of that, they are 27th in drives per game this season. They are 22nd in paint touches per game. How in the hell does the NBA fight this one off? Or they won't say anything, but how do you possibly explain that?
I mean, they have to go to the drawing board. It seems like the NBA they're taking a long look at a lot of things that go into the offensive aspect of this game. We've seen the reporting about how it's been a record-setting year for offense to run the league, and the Lakers they're the Lakers. They're going to obviously be in the discussion for all of those topics. And the numbers that you put out there, I mean, if they're factual, which seems like they are, that's pretty staggering. Like, I don't know how you can't go into an offseason looking at reevaluating the way that you either officiate games or call games or staff games. But I think I'm not going to put my tinfoil hat on, but it is a little too much to say it's coincidence. Like that's ridiculous. I think that anyone that's watched the Lakers over the past year, 2 years, I mean, maybe it's the LeBron James factor. I'm not sure how many of those are attempts are from him or how often he gets to the line per game, but it definitely is frustrating. I think not just for Kings fans when they watch Kings Lakers, but any opposing fan base that watches the Lakers. This is an every night occurrence for this team in these matchups, and it does seem like it's officials waiting to see how a play unfolds. I think that I see a lot of that in every game, to wait to see if a shot falls or not, to determine if a foul is called. Even the other night with the Jalen Suggs, De'Aaron Fox situation, I think the contact with Fox was pretty immediate, but waiting for him to fall over the line until you make a call, it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's a mistake in the moment, but I feel like I've seen a lot of those over the past year and a half, and I know that officials, it's probably the most polarizing or complicated, tough job to have. I mean, literally everyone in the arena just already has it out for you, I guess. But it does seem like there's been a lot of instances where there's been calls that are a little fishy. And again, watching Kings Lakers or watching Lakers versus anybody really, it's a marathon. It's a lengthier game with all that goes into the free throw line. And I think the free throw discrepancy the last time the Kings played the Lakers was still pretty crazy on the Lakers end, and the Kings came out on top. I might be mistaken. Might have been the game before that, but it's never an occurrence. So I'm not surprised. I'd imagine that the league's going to look at a lot of things as far as offense goes this summer, and maybe we see some rule changes. Maybe we see some tightening on calls like we saw in the Kings-Knicks game, because they weren't calling anything in that one. But it's an interesting time for the NBA where offense is king, and everyone's got it, and free throws are a big part of that.
Frankie, on Keon, we talked about him a little bit earlier. Some of the plays he's been making since he's put in the lineup with Herter being out, he's been great. Has just the one loss as a starter. Maybe not even just this year, but year going forward. How much of the future does he have with this team? Like, what do you think they think of Keon going forward?
I think they're really high on him, and I think that they were high on him when they drafted him. We heard last summer that they were just so high on him out of Alabama, and surprised that nobody picked him up. I think that he was someone that they possibly could even pick with their late second round pick, and sounded like he was going to be available, and they jumped on it. But he's someone I think that he really does fit the mold of what this team was missing, a 3-and-D player. I think that a lot of us writers or people on shows were talking about the Kings. They needed a defensive punch. They needed someone that could provide both that threat from the perimeter. I think that you look at like the Royce O'Neals or the Dorian Finney-Smiths, and this is a different position. Obviously, he's not a small forward, and the Kings do still lack, I think, size of the forward spots. But having a guard that can defend really 1 through 3, like Keon, it's huge for this team, and someone that the Kings will certainly want to have around for a long time. And I think his contract really does add up well. I think it's $1.8 million over the next 2 years, the team option for the third. So he fits that mold. He has the hustle. He has the drive. Domantas Sabonis said recently in an interview that he knows where to be on offense. He's not someone that's wandering around out there or lost. He knows where he needs to be, the spots he needs to hit. He's knocking down his threes at a near 40% rate. The deflections are there. He's winning defensive player of the game every night. It's just the kind of guy that the Kings have really lacked for the last year plus. And also, something that Brendan Nunes and I have talked about at length is we're wondering going into the season, when will we see the Kings develop a second round or undrafted player? And this is a guy that the Kings are really kind of cashing in on right now. Someone who's spent a lot of time in the G League, but spent a lot of time around the team, whether it be during the regular season or in summer league, that in the gym in the off season. And Keon's paid his dues. And obviously you want to see him get these opportunities, not at a time where the Kings are down a guy like Kevin Huerter, who, again, is a veteran presence, someone who can provide the team with depth and just, a player if they're in a playoff push. But having Keon get this run, very beneficial for his growth and to see what he has with this team, with the starting group, and kind of go in the offseason with the player that they can say, okay, whether it be a bench piece or keeping him in the starting lineup, this is the guy that they can build around because of what he can bring, not just on the offensive end, which the Kings were already good at, but the defensive end where they're trying to take steps forward.
Frankie, 12 games left. The Kings have the third toughest schedule. We touched on this a little bit earlier. By the way, now out of those 12 games, 3 of them will be on TNT, including this Tuesday versus Dallas. You've got New Orleans, April 11th. I wish they'd not do that. And April 4th against the Knicks. The Kings play a grand total of 3 teams under 500 out of their remaining 12, including Dallas twice this week. Is the Dallas 2-game series, if you will, is that effectively a playoff series for Sacramento?
I think it should be treated that way, just because of the amount of games that are remaining. I mean, by the time these games are done, there'll be, I think, 10 or less games for each of these teams, and this is the time to make the moves. I mean, if you by some chance lose both of those games, it's going to be very hard to catch Dallas if you have a 2-3 game gap between you with 9-10 games left. So, and Dallas' schedule is definitely a little more cushy as far as win-loss percentages go. Their schedule is a little more preferable for them. But I think if you want to get to that final target, whether it be 48, 49 wins, I think as of today, I think 49 will get you a top 6 spot, which means that's an 8-4 finish. That's going to be tough. But I'm treating them as a playoff series personally, just for this team and how important these games are. And I think that the atmosphere at Golden One Center will reflect that. I think that it's going to be a very wild week at Golden One, and the last 4-game homestand after this, I think that they have a 3-game set to end the season. But these are games that you really need to have if you want to get a top 6 spot. If you can somehow get ahead of Dallas and take that lead, that 2-3 game lead with the amount of games remaining. And again, Dallas and the Kings will both be on a back-to-back tomorrow night. Yeah. So again, it's a no excuses, all bets are off kind of situation. We'll see if the team can continue their trend of playing well against teams that are above 500. They obviously have a 2-0 record against the Mavericks this year, both on the road. So for the Kings, it's kind of nice. All these big games they have coming up, they're all at home, and it's nice to say that. But again, we all just talked about how much they have struggled to be consistent at home. So if there's any time to prove it, it's right now.
That's Frankie Cartelli, Sacramento Kings insider, and yeah, I'm getting preemptively angry about the Sixers.
Oh gosh,
I mean,
Dave, come on,
yeah,
make a jingle.
We went through
the jingles will help.
Yeah, exactly. Make a Kings victory jingle.
Let's see. Wow,
you said you could do it on the spot, and all of a sudden,
yeah, but it was something at least something like making a jingle about Dasani tasting good. That's easy. Making a jingle about the Kings winning their first game at home from a road trip. You're
6-6. We just said it earlier.
Ask Alan for help. Ask Alan for help during your guys' crossover. Maybe he can help.
King.
No.
Wow. See, this gets you motivated. Frankie knows how to motivate you.
I'll ask him during the crossover.
No.
Some might call it a toss over.
No, it's not happening.
Sacramento Kings tonight will have a loss.
Oh God!
No, see, I couldn't even say that. Wow.
Never mind. It was about having them win.
Having them win.
Yeah, boo is right.
That was absolutely insane.
Bon Jovi had a hit called "Living in Sin." I sure hope that tonight the Kings win.
Okay, there you go. Better.
All right.
But
yeah,
they probably won't.
Okay, stop.
Sorry.
One verse.
Frankie, thank you. Good luck tonight. We're all counting on you.
Thank you, guys. See you later.
Take care. I mean, I'm pulling for them.
Yeah.
I'm pulling for them to win. Watching some
You watching what I'm watching?
Yes. It's just watching wrestling.
Yikes.
That's just not something I ever wanted to do. For a lot of reasons, dude.
I mean, impressive to have that put on you.
Sure.
I guess if I'm I wouldn't want to. It's just a lot of close contact in wrestling.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good. I like sports. I love playing sports, but I'm good on the whole, like, let's just wrestle.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not, and by the way, not trying to yuck anyone's yum on wrestling. I respect the hell out of it. Like, they're insane athletes. I'd be the guy that's like, just can you just pin me and I can be done.
Not much of a wrestler.
Well, tall, lanky guys generally aren't big wrestle guys. Every good wrestler I've ever known is built like a thirst buster, like a tuna can. They're just short and stout.
Yeah.
You know, not. There's a lot to take. No, easy double leg takedowns there. We'll take a break when we come back. What to watch tonight other than the Sixers and Kings? What's happened in the Western Conference? We'll wrap everything up and more right here on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
The only place you'll find Harrison Barnes is Sactown Sports.
He's got the bucket at the buzzer. Harrison Barnes.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Harrison Barnes, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
It's time to trade in and trade up at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com. It's all a click away.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claim based on 2022 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own one report.
Subscribe to Sactown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sactown Sports.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Are you stressing about your IRS tax problems? Have you received notices from the IRS threatening to garnish your wages, levy your bank accounts, or seize your property? You need an ally. Allies Tax Relief has tax attorneys and enrolled agents that are ready to fight for you. They have saved millions for taxpayers just like you. Allies Tax Relief can help put a stop to IRS collections and, most importantly, negotiate your tax debt. Here's Brenda, a happy client of Allies Tax Relief.
I owed the IRS around $57,000, and they're about to start garnishing my paychecks. I heard a commercial on the radio about Allies Tax Relief, so I thought I'd give them a call. After a day, they were able to at least stop the garnishments, and after a few months of negotiations, I walked away owing the IRS only $301.
If you owe the IRS, call Allies Tax Relief right now for your free consultation. Call 800-230-5174. 800-230-5174. That's 800-230-5174.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Drapes, Kyle Draper. As the proud sponsor of the Sacramento Kings Mop Crew, Alsco Uniforms offers certified hygienically clean lab coats, scrubs, bed linens, towels, floor mats, and an array of mops tailored for your healthcare facility. Our services include convenient delivery to your doorstep. Leading the way in healthcare laundry services in Northern California, discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms. Go to alsco.com to learn more. Again, that's ALSCO.com.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by Fitty and Fiber, Dawson Oil Company, and Good Guys Heating and Cooling.
Hey guys, do you know your T level? Revive Men's Health here in Sacramento is helping you take that first step toward better health and enhanced intimacy with a free testosterone level test, exam, and consultation. Plus, for this month only, qualified patients can kickstart their treatment with a free supply of ED medication. Revive's customized ED treatments can provide immediate results, restore blood flow naturally, and even bring spontaneity back into your love life. With both in-person and telemedicine appointments available, plus free shipping directly to you, Revive takes the hassle out of treating low T and ED. Having an optimal testosterone level can change your whole life, and it starts with knowing your T level. Take that first step and book your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation, and kickstart your treatment with a free supply of ED medication this month only. Call Revive Men's Health Sacramento at 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566, or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Drapes, Kyle Draper here from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. You know, there's nothing like getting a massage on my way to work. I know it sounds crazy, but my new ride has seats that massage my back. Leave it to Mercedes-Benz. I've had my new EQS SUV for a few months now, and it's the most gorgeous and sophisticated vehicle I've ever had. I've owned electric cars before, but Mercedes-Benz has set a new standard on how awesome an electric car can be. I never stress about battery charging, and it's got remarkably long range, and it is easy to charge. Now, if you can plug in your hairdryer in the morning, you can plug in this car. It's very simple, and the timing is perfect. It's Mercedes Madness Month at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Enjoy up to $19,000 in Mercedes-Benz incentives on select new vehicles, plus a complimentary home charger and 2 years of prepaid maintenance. And they've got certified pre-owned Mercedes vehicles as low as 1.99% APR for qualified buyers. It's Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. It's just a short 30-minute drive from Sacramento, right off I-5, or online at mbfstockton.com.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
Yeah. Welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Chris Ralad, and a little dose of Simone in the show.
Yeah.
Never hurts. Hey, it's a nice shirt you got on there, Simone. Nice Sactown Sports.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Logoed shirt. I never see you wear yours, Jason.
Yeah, I don't have that one either.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't either.
Wow, interesting. At least they took care of all the front-facing members of the staff. It's cool.
This was created for promotions and our street team.
I would argue that the biggest promotions this station has are their show hosts, but okay.
We do it for the people in the streets.
This is for the streets. Is that what you're saying?
Down, yeah.
Yeah.
Doing the hard, gritty work
That's
for Sactown Sports.
By the way, it's fine because I also, when I saw them, I asked her the sizes, and none of them were mine. So I was like, okay. Which also little
yeah,
kind of made me think for the rest of the day. Like where the plus size?
Do we have any XL takers here on the show? Jason, would you like an XL shirt?
Sure.
Okay. Chris?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go get one XL for
I don't
Jason.
really like long sleeve shirts.
Okay.
No. They're good for wearing under stuff. That's why like long sleeve shirts are pretty much for like wearing under vests or thing. Jerseys. Like I have a couple of blank long sleeve shirts specifically to wear because you're never going to see me in an NBA, like in a Kings jersey without a shirt underneath it. By the way, speaking of phone grabbers, that's also a section of people too. I get uncomfortable.
You're not that person?
No.
Wait, what?
Wearing a jersey.
I feel like you got to wear a shirt under it.
Why?
A basketball jersey you're talking about.
Basketball jersey. Yeah. Specifically a basketball jersey. I don't know. It's just.
They don't.
They what?
The players.
Yeah, but they're playing. And yes, I understand. The same thing, by the way, with a baseball jersey. Football, hockey sweater, no, because those are bigger and they the tank top is rolling around. You got a game. Maybe it's just because I've been bruised over the years because 99 out of the 100 people I've sat around that wear basketball jerseys as tank tops have spilled beer on me at some point during the game.
It's not even what they're wearing. They just did something to you.
It's not about what they're wearing. It's just,
their behavior.
Yeah, like if you're bitten by a certain type of dog a few times growing up, for example, you're going to be worried about that type of dog for the rest of your life. Yeah.
Yeah. All the dog bites.
The Yorkshire Terrier, for example, had nipped my ankles a few times growing up. I'd be a little nervous around people. Be like, oh, they're harmless. They're so cute. I'd be like, maybe, but they bit me. Like, I'd come home, smell like beer. Guys double fisted wearing and also generally most people that wear the NBA tank tops,
a little snug.
They're a little snug.
Yeah.
We call that a schmedium.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not, I mean, God bless them. And I'm by the way,
I pay my taxes.
I'm talking about other teams.
Oh yeah.
If you're a Kings fan, you are. Yep, you're fine. I just found the stat and showed it to Simone. The Warriors have blown a 12-point lead or more 13 times this season, Jason Ross.
So it happens to other teams and them the most.
In those games, though, they are 8-4. What? Nope. They're 0-12.
Yeah.
One of those against the Kings.
Yep.
That was a 24-point lead they blew. That was a season high. How about that?
You're welcome.
Also, those numbers we were giving you, Andy Bailey, good friend of the show, is the one who put those out about the Lakers disparities. And there has been an official response. Because you're a blanking idiot pushing an agenda, you're a clown, says Austin Reeves Burner.
Well, got you.
And get off the gold jerseys on there's got to be a Venn diagram of like Kings fans who love the gold jerseys and want them back. And I don't know. People that consider Morrissey one of the great vocalists of our generation and people that put mustard on their pizza. Just something random. By the way, and I found that out this weekend, apparently in certain parts of the country, mustard on pizza is a thing, like ranch on pizza is a thing. Have you ever heard of that before?
Mustard, no. Ranch, totally.
Yes, absolutely.
I wouldn't say I put it on pizza for whatever. It's a
you
dip.
Dip it.
Yeah.
I'm not squirting ranch all over my pizza, but as a dipper or a sipper, in my case.
Okay. Mustard, no.
Mustard, and Ian Curtis is a voice of a generation.
Ian Curtis.
Yes.
Yes. 100%.
Not Morrissey.
Not Morrissey. Well, who the hell is Ian Curtis?
He was the lead singer of Joy Division.
Oh, right.
Now it clears it up.
Joy Division. Jason, do you know a single Joy Division song?
I do. Joy to the world.
Is Joy Division one of our rejoiners?
Yes. Actually, I think we got a couple of them.
Yeah. Do we?
Are they any good?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Joy Division with songs like Love Will Tear Us Apart. Wasn't that NXS? Disorder, Transmission, Shadow Play, and She's Lost Control. Old Joy Division. They the punk explosion in England. And I don't know.
I would say they're more post-punk than
post-punk,
but whatever.
That's what I thought they were.
Got yelled at last week by my wife, by the way, because she caught me. I was eating I told you I have a celebration meal each week. So it was actually Friday. Instead of doing the normal fast food, I had a Red Baron Supreme Pizza in the freezer. Hey, $3.99 at Safeway. Okay. And I cooked that sucker up, and I thought I was alone in the kitchen. So I take a bite of the Red Baron Pizza, and I have one of the bottles of Hidden Valley Ranch.
Uh-huh.
I just squirting it in my mouth wall, bite, squirt. I wasn't.
So why were you in trouble?
Set the screen. And that's the thing. I wasn't suckling off the ranch bottle.
Yeah.
I was squirting it in my open
would
mouth.
You have?
No, I thought I was alone.
No, I know. So I mean, like, have you?
If I lived at home alone, yeah I would. Okay. And she yelled at me just because it's gross.
Yeah. Gross.
It's like when I drink out of the milk carton. No one else is allowed to do. But I always say, I won't say what I say. Something about DNA. Western Conference top 10 in action tonight. Suns at Spurs.
Okay.
Go Spurs.
Yes.
Grizzlies at Nuggets. Mavs at Jazz. That's a big go Utah. That's our home headquarters, Salt Lake.
Yeah, bring it home.
Huge Utah fans. And the Pacers at the Clippers.
Okay.
Big Tyrese Halliburton hive right here.
Clippers only one up on the Pelicans.
Yeah.
That top three is separated. Clippers are now in this next group.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. And by the way, the Sixers and Kings as well. We'll take a quick 1 minute break. When we come back, we wrap everything up. Celebrity birthdays, crosstalk with Styles and Watkins, the fastest growing radio show in the country. We'll do all that right after this.
Has Monty put together a roster that can help make a deep playoff run this season?
Just trying to give coach options, give him guys that can help us win in a variety of areas. Obviously, our top guys are going to play every game, but there's going to be other times, whether it's injuries, matchups, we've got to have some variety on the bench for coach to point to and say, go in there and help us win.
Tune into every Kings game this season
on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Calling all sports fans. Experience the ultimate game day atmosphere at Fieldhouse, Sacramento's premier sports bar. With TVs scattered throughout the pub, you'll never miss a moment of the action. From football and basketball to baseball, MMA, boxing, and beyond. Voted as the #1 sports bar in Sacramento, we're your destination for all things sports. Swing by our convenient location at 1310 Fulton Avenue, or you can order online for delivery or pickup. Join us at Fieldhouse American Sports Pub, where every game is front and center.
Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than freshly baked and home-delivered crumble cookies.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Yeah, let's go. All right. Well, maybe we should just call them a growing show.
Yeah.
Because they sure as heck ain't the fastest. Alan, you had a great weekend. How'd everything go?
Great.
Wow, that was... Hey, Chris, and what did you do over the weekend?
Oh, silence. You don't even want to talk about it.
He didn't want to say anything. And he's all dressed up today.
He's got clothes on.
What's going on? Why is Watkins? Oh, look, he's got the button up. He's got the stylish jacket.
I just didn't want to dress.
No hat.
Getting home from work.
He's got the beard freshly bearded.
Chris looks like he's about to have a stern talk with his son's coach.
That's a great point. Chris looks like he's about to sit down at the opposite side of the desk from you and say, I'm sorry, but expectations aren't shaking hands with reality. And the top button's all the way buttoned up.
Yeah,
that means business.
Ooh.
Hey, Alan.
Hi.
Hey, how are you? Great. What's going on, man?
Not too much.
No?
Alan hates it when you guys talk about me.
No, I actually prefer it.
I mean,
I'm more of a low-key guy.
Big,
I wish you weren't a liar.
Big pre-show meeting today?
Yes.
Yeah. Just the two of you?
That's right.
Well, Simone, of course.
Simone.
No, Simone's contributing to our show today, as a matter of fact, a little bit.
We'll have a conversation.
Yeah.
Too much involved.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, that look. Oh, my God.
I can't see.
She just shot a look that, honestly, if it was aimed at me, my skin would be burning off right now.
I can't see.
We're
fine.
That's all right.
River Cats.
Oh, yeah, you went yesterday.
Oh, yeah. I was in the building.
Oh, yeah.
It was official.
Yeah.
You had some dingers?
I mean, I could have.
Yeah.
I think that's more of a hitter's ballpark than Oracle Park. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, we can get out there for some BP.
Yeah.
Sure. If we get out there for BP, I hit one home run. What do I get?
Spot the baby
Congratulations.
races.
Yeah. I like what Jason says. Spot the baby races.
We're done with that.
We're done with that.
She's almost walking now.
We've now given up even better.
What if one of us robs the home run?
No baby race.
No baby race. Wow.
Not equally impressive. You hitting one or someone robbing a home run?
That would be more impressive. Somebody robbing it. Especially if it was Dave.
What does that mean? Because I'm fat?
No. I mean, I thought you got a nice jump shot, but I was alerted that you do not.
Alerted that I don't have a good jump shot?
Did you say you have a good jump shot?
I mean, look, I'm not going to be that guy that's like I'm an NBA player, but I absolutely have a jump shot.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I've never missed, this is a fact, at Arco Arena or Golden One from beyond the arc. Literally, I'm 1 for 1 at each place.
Like I said, we're doing the Station Olympics.
Who the hell said this?
That's on the,
Who said this?
I can't reveal my sources.
Words on the street.
I can't reveal my sources.
I mean, I would just assume that you don't have a shot.
I assumed you did.
And somebody actually went out. I don't know that anybody here has ever seen me take a jump shot.
Hey.
Yeah.
I just ask questions.
Asking questions, getting answers. Well, this took a turn. Well, fine. Well, you took up all the time for today's National Lobster Newberg Day. Was it Newberg, the guy that fell off the stadium and Naked Gun? Oh, Nordberg.
Yeah.
I'm not touching that. All right, celebrity birthdays. Nowhere to go. Brought to you by Crumble Cookies. How you doing, Chris?
Good.
You just got like a serious aura to you today. If it's one of those, is there like something going on? I should leave it alone, which I will.
12 games left in the season. It's time to lock in.
Well, we did the whole breakdown today. It's the first game back from a road trip.
That's not good.
They are 6-6 in those games so far this year, including losses to Charlotte, to Detroit, Chicago. There was one more really super crappy one in there. They have a 10-game losing streak to Philadelphia.
Yep.
Half of those are without Joel Embiid. Ladies and gentlemen, or should I just say gentlemen, we did this earlier. If you were listening, tap out, please. Who is favored in this game, and by how much?
Kings.
I do know the answer.
Kings by 5.5.
Okay, I said 4.5.
Verlot said 5.5, I believe. The Kings are favored by 9.5.
Why?
Exactly.
Why?
Because somebody wants to make a lot of money tonight betting on the Sixers, apparently.
Why?
Celebrity birthday is meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing says family and friends brings them together better than Crumble Cookies. Jason Ross.
Okay, happy birthday. He'll be in the building tonight. Kyle
Shanahan.
Better.
Draper?
Kyle
Corver.
Lowry.
We went through a lot of Kyles.
Yeah.
Where was that in Friday Funny Games? The Kyle's could be there. Kyle Lowry is, he actually, funny thing is, I was at his 34th birthday party last year, and it was actually really cool.
It was.
He's a good guy. He got upset a few things.
I thought he was older than that. He is. I'm going, it's 36 or 37. I'm going 36.
38.
37.
38 or 39.
We have a correct answer, and it's Chris Watkins. 38.
Wow.
Happy birthday.
Lied to me about what birthday it was.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Elton
John.
Correct.
Brand.
Elton John. How old is Elton John today?
And
LT is, as I call him, is 78.
74.
He's got, that if he played every top 25 hit at a concert that he'd ever had, I read this somewhere, he'd have a 2-hour and 36-minute concert. Yeah. How about that?
74.
What were our guesses?
What did I say?
I said 78, I think.
Yeah. You said 70. I don't know what you said.
I think you said 74 too.
That's what I thought.
Okay, so 2 74s is 78.
I'm going to go with a big 8-0.
Okay. Carmichael Dave close to 77.
77.
For Elton John.
Great year.
Happy birthday, Cheryl.
T.
Miller.
Pigeon.
Crow.
Heinz.
Cheryl, who we say it was? Swoops.
Swoops, there it is.
Cheryl Swoops is a big 6-0 today.
54.
Say 52.
58.
We have a tie between the fastest growing show in America,
Wow.
53.
50. Oh, sorry, Cheryl.
Oh, we're bad.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Marco
Polo.
Better not be
Bellinelli.
It is.
Oh,
blocking
my
everybody
God.
else.
I would know, but he blocked me. Exactly.
That was a tough 3 months.
It really was. Marco, Smellinelli, that's what I call him.
He was bad.
Got him. Is 36.
I'll say 35.
Well, you okay, Howard?
34.
37.
Closest is Chris Verlod, 38.
Wow, he's old.
Happy birthday to Danica.
Patrick.
Correct.
Close to the other Danica.
Yep.
I had a huge crush on her for a minute. I really did. I don't mind saying that.
Felt like Danica at Apex.
Yeah. You what?
Apex.
Oh, you went there?
Yeah, I didn't do it, but I watched it.
You watch other people do it? Yeah, it's
Felt like Danica.
It was. That was a great story. That whole arc and everything. It's great characters.
Keep you on your toes.
Danica is 37.
38.
42.
40.
She's dating Aaron Rodgers.
That's right.
Yeah. We have a correct answer. 42. Chris Watkins.
Danica guy over here.
Feeling like Danica.
Happy birthday to, let's go with Vladimir
Guerrero
the third.
Putin. I don't know. He's a Vladimir.
The Impaler.
Vlad
Guerrero Jr.
Vladimir. Wait, is there another Vladimir ever? Those are all.
Klitschko.
Klitschko.
Yeah.
Klitschko.
He is.
I was thinking V.
Yeah.
W.
Yeah, that's the trick.
Vladimir.
He's
44. Also a doctor.
46.
What was his nickname? Dr.
Like
Punch Face or something?
Yes, Dr. Punch Face.
40.
Dr. Steelhammer.
That's also my nickname.
44.
Allen was the closest with 48.
Wow.
He's
an old bastard.
Happy birthday, Tom
Cruz.
Melee.
Morello.
Brady.
Hanks.
Tom.
E. Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones.
And Jerry.
Baseball.
Tom Lasorda. Rest in peace.
Lefty. Pitcher.
Receiver.
Tom Glavine.
Glavine.
Chicks dig the long ball.
Yes, Tom Glavine.
Most famous quote. Tom Glavine, did you know last year at his 52nd birthday, he actually had a horse there that was painted as a tiger.
Interesting. 57. 52, you said.
He's 52. He's 53 this year, obviously.
54.
I'll say 51.
He's going to be old.
55.
He's going to be old, isn't he?
Chris Verlod's the closest, 58.
Wow.
Good change up.
And let's go with Avery
Bradley
Johnson.
Yes, Avery Johnson.
Wow.
The general, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that his nickname, the little general?
Yeah, I think so.
Was it? I'm mixing
Did a
that
bunch
up.
of the college games this weekend.
Avery Johnson is 59.
He's up there for sure.
Yeah, he's 62.
Whoa. I'll say 63.
58.
Whoa.
Chris Verlod the closest, 55.
No, we all went on the over.
Yeah.
What's coming up on the show today? Kings tournament?
Yes,
Tournament.
Kings tournament. Going to be joined by Jason Dumas of Cron 4, Philly, local guy to talk Sixers.
You gonna carry the weight on the baseball season since some of us don't care?
Yes.
You care? I could not care.
I
Are
can't
you
say.
going to try to hide it?
I can't say.
All right. Well, they're coming up next. Fastest growing show. Then blah blah. Coming up next. Bye now.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
A handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by you.